Ah, they can hear me though. I'm so sorry. uh, oh boy. I don't know why that's not coming through. Hold on. I'll fix it.
Without tech issues.
Okay, you should be heard now.
We heard now? Okay. Thank you,
Can you hear us
Bichon.
now?
Hell yeah. Then let's go again. Good time zone, everyone. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today at the agency. I would like to introduce you to the team that you will be joining tonight, starting with lovely Bijan. Tell us who you are and who you will be playing.
Yes, hi. I'm Bijan Uselbard with Magi RPG, and I'm going to be playing Ben Cooper, a intern at the Triangle Agency.
Welcome, Ben, the senior intern. Next up, Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank, or sometimes Miri on the internet. I do lots of Magi stuff. I am going to be playing Agent Wave Waters, the Gravedigger, today. Don't
Welcome in.
end up in a grave.
Thank you for checking in on time, Gravedigger. Next up, Mandy.
Everyone, I'm Mandy. Pronouns are they, she, and I'm playing Danny Rosales. Their pronouns are they, them. The barista.
Can't wait to get my coffee today. And last but certainly not least, hi, Ramos. Tell us who you are and who you'll be playing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gil Ramos at Ramos Nomad on all social media. I today have the pleasure of being Lucas Estrada, he, they. My pronouns are he, him. And I am also an intern, but a junior intern. The wrinkled shirt and tie mismatch are intentional. Please don't flame me.
I know
so
you
happy to
own
have-
an iron somewhere.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have new blood in the agency. All these interns, all this unpaid labor, we love it here. Anyway, with that and that comment, a little side note, I will give you some content warnings for today. There could be potential circumstances where you could see body transformations, blood, emotional abuse, mind control, invasion of privacy, fear as a weapon, imprisonment, and fire hazards. Also, corporate America being made fun of, so classism in that way might be a part of it as well.
We love that.
So be aware of all of those for your own mental health, because that's important. With that out of the way, my lovely field agents, the scene opens up, fading in from black to a small, like more of an old style little television. In front of it, we can hear two people talking, and we can hear them say to each other, I'm quite nervous, actually. It's my first day on the job. And the other says to them, oh, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. That's why I took you to this room, okay? So before you go to your first mission, you gotta watch the tape. This is an introductory tape. We show it to everyone, and it's a simulation of what a workday will look like for you at the agency, starting today. Oh, wait, my screen froze. Okay. This, don't worry about it. This tape, of course, was made fully with paid actors, so none of the people were actually harmed in the making of this. And, as always, if you have any complaints, you can file them to the interns at the PR department. I'm sure they would love some feedback on the tape. And as this person finishes saying that, he clicks a button on a remote control, and the screen comes to life. As the screen comes to life, our view also slowly focuses in on it until it and fully encapsulates the screen. And in it, we get a lovely bird's view of Turnion City. Turnion City is a bustling metropolis with a fondness for triangles and a very bright future. It's a super busy city where day and night you won't see a difference, except for maybe it's a little bit less light outside, but the neon triangles will fix that for you for sure. As we get a view of this giant metropolis, we zoom in a little on. There's a lot of skyscrapers here, but one that stands out a lot is this giant, very slim skyscraper with the head, at the head of it, a giant red glowing triangle sign. And as we get closer to this skyscraper, we see that all of the little windows everywhere are small triangles as well. We see the few glimpses we get from the inside. We see geometric shapes everywhere. A very modernist, kind of absurd almost, with lots of concrete structures inside of this building. And we swoop down ground level to go inside of the doors, where we enter into this lobby area to greet employees coming in for the day or just guests nonetheless as well. And as we go in further into the ground area, we start going through all these almost a maze of corridors, left and right. We hear a few people talking about their day, and we also see guests going up to, how many floors are there in this building again? A lot. Until at a certain point, we stop and the camera pans into what seems to be a kind of coffee bar / cafeteria place. Clearly, it is one not just for employees, it's one for guests to sit there and grab a coffee as well. But what we do notice right now is that it's very, very busy. It seems to be lunch hour. And at lunchtime, lots of people want to get their coffee, and the baristas get to work their ass off. And as we weave in between all of these people mingling and trying to get their coffee, some of them more impatient than the others, we see Danny rush in for their part-time shift as a barista. You see that your colleague, Stefan, is already working, and he is in over his head. Way in over his head. You're still on time, unless you want to say that Danny is late. You're still on time, but you're rushing a little bit.
Yeah, I think I've rushed in and I've just managed to make it on time. Lateness is something that I struggle with, given that I am balancing quite a lot. But I rush in, putting my, undoubtedly, it's a red apron, kind of Starbucks style, but it has a triangle on the front, or black with a red triangle on the front. Aside from the typical uniform, bright, colorful clothing, think very fun art teacher vibes, big round glasses, short brown hair that's kind of tucked underneath a little beanie, very millennial vibes, tattoos that you can kind of see just a little bit under the sleeve edges. And I rush in, a little bag slung over my shoulder, and I say, okay, time to sling some drinks. You look like you're struggling.
As you rush in and I assume you discard your bag that you had with you somewhere in the back.
Hide it under the cabinet or something, just so I can.
You hide it under. Yeah, for sure. Don't want to lose sight of your precious beholdings. as you join in very rapidly, Stefan is indeed doing everything at once. He's taking orders, but then he's also making them, and then he's also delivering them. Maybe it's unfair that he was here on his own all this time, but he seems to be making it work somehow. He immediately says, "Oh yeah, I got 2 orders for you right there that you can get started on. I'm gonna get the orders right here. You can handle this, right? You and
definitely.
you see like a bunch of at least like 6 receipts already lying down, ready for you to get at.
Cool.
As you do though, and as you start trying to mix in and get this chain going a little bit, Stefan pipes up and says, "Were you busy with the books?"
With the books.
Yeah, you do something with books, right? I always see them in your bag.
Oh, yes. Yes, we working on a new one. Yeah, right at this moment actually.
Oh, okay. What's it about?
Oh, it's about well, I can't really talk about it yet. It's under NDA. But it's going to be very cute. There's going to be like little woodland creatures and things like that in this one. So I'm just really excited. And as soon as I can talk about it, I will tell you all about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he seems kind of distracted as you start really explaining about it as well.
Mhm.
He's getting kind of distracted. Oh, yeah, sure. Talk about it when you can. Yeah, I'd love to see one when it's finished. Yeah. This is and as he hands a cup to someone who was waiting,
Mhm.
the person, the lady waiting for her drink, says, "This wasn't my order at all. I ordered a cappuccino, and this is an iced coffee." And Stefan looks and like frowns, and he's like, "Oh, how could I forget? That's right. You ordered a cappuccino, not an iced coffee. I'm so sorry. That's my bad. I will get you a new drink right away. Danny, could you make a cappuccino? I can't believe I forgot that."
Definitely. Yeah, no problem. And I will happily make or start making the drink.
And as you start making the cappuccino to fix Stefan's mistake, we leave you there for the moment. Camera turns around, goes back into the maze of hallways. And as it does, stopping, I believe, stopping in front of the elevator, waiting patiently. Of course, there's 3 elevators in the building, as there should be. 3 of everything. And we wait patiently until the elevator comes down. Doors open, and out of the doors step Bijan and Lyra. Lyra went with you right now because both of you have a very important assignment. That very important assignment is getting lunch for your entire department.
That's right.
So, as you two step out of the elevator, who do we see?
Oh, you see Ben Cooper. Ben, he wears long-sleeved t-shirts and jeans. He's got wavy, unkempt hair that looks like it should be washed probably a little bit more often. He generally is unshaven and has not changed his looks since college. Yeah. Oh, he's about 36, 37 also. For an intern, he's pretty old compared to Lyra, who is in her early 20s.
And as both of you exit the elevators, you're on a clock. You were sent out to get lunch, and you know that people aren't gonna be patient with you. Where would Ben, being a senior intern, like he has done this before. He for
Mhm.
sure has been put on the like very time limited task of going to get like 30 lunches somewhere.
Mhm.
So what would his go-to place be, or where would he be taking Lyra to take care of business?
Mhm. Well, Lyra, I think today we're gonna go over to the food court at the mall. There's a lot of different food all in one area. You know, we can just grab
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
we want, and you know, if we take a little extra time, go shopping for a bit, no one's really gonna notice. You know, because we'll come back with a lot of food, and you know, that's all anyone cares about.
We're gonna have enough time to get 30 lunches and also go shopping?
We're gonna have plenty of time. Because here's the thing, Lyra, and I've been trying to tell all you interns this, all right? Always look busy, never be busy, okay? Just look like you're doing a lot of things. When we come back, we're all gonna be like, oh, whoa, look at all this food. Oh, whoa, did you see the traffic? You know, that's all you gotta do, and we're set.
She kind of is like biting her lips, as in like not fully convinced of what you're saying. But I wanna eventually get out of the intern position though.
I know, we all do. That's a
I-
reasonable goal. It's probably not going to happen. You know, just let's put the cards on the table here. You know, people like us, we I mean, even if you do become an agent, so what? You know, they send you out on missions. I'm going on missions. What's the difference? They pay you a little extra? Psh, you
Being
got it
paid would
so
be
much
lovely.
better. I mean, it would be good if they paid us something. I would like, you know, a paycheck. But, you know, is that big of a difference? Like, we have the good life here. Nobody cares too much about what we're doing. We don't have KPIs. You know, we're just doing our thing. You know, why would you want to give that
Actually-
up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't look forward to the day I have to be responsible for anything I do. You know, right now I don't have to be responsible.
Mhm.
It's someone else's fault. I mean, yeah, I'm just amazed at you, like how much experience you've already built up, and they haven't. You know, you're still an intern. It's just that's baffling to me. The fact that they would keep someone with your experience as an intern still. I mean, senior intern nonetheless. Which
I
what a
technically am a
title.
lead intern. I didn't want the title. Like, they made me take that. But, you know, that's well, yeah, true. Yeah, I've been around a bit, and you can learn from me, you know? Listen, Lyra, you're the most responsible person I know. And that's way too much. That's way over the line. You got to dial it back a little bit.
Okay, I gotta be less responsible.
Mhm.
Okay, you know what? And you, as you're talking, you're getting closer to the food court. You know what? I will be. Look at my feet right now. I will be walking a little bit slower now.
Awesome.
She
There we go.
makes like an effort to. Before she was like almost fast walking. She makes an effort to walk a little bit slower now.
Mhm.
You're gonna lose at least 4 minutes to this. You know.
Mhm. That's okay. You know, I actually little quirk of my anomaly. I've got a little ability because we've got plenty of time. I say to Lyra, and when you or a target are in a hurry to complete a task, I am able to roll to see if I can complete it before the impending deadline. So
Is that an ability?
that is an ability.
Okay.
First ability in the prologue.
I'm using it right
Okay.
away. Why not?
In
I'm
the-
showing
someone's feeling
uh,
feisty.
I'm showing Lyra how to get away with with things. Okay.
By using an ability that she doesn't have.
I roll professionalism, of which
Yes.
I have 1 burnout because I don't have any quality
Yes.
assurances. So I only rolled 1 3, so that negates it. So that is a fail.
Oh boy.
I also rolled 3 1s because I think that matters if you roll like multiples of something, right? That you're
No, only if
Only
you roll
threes.
multiples of 3.
Okay.
Yes. So you have a failure. Please go ahead and aside from the chaos that creates, go ahead and read what happens on a failure.
On a failure, you are catastrophically, terribly wrong, and you don't know until it's too late. Your pursuer takes you by surprise. The deadline has already passed. Where did all the time go? Mhm. And as
Okay.
as we're walking, I like try to impart more wisdom to Lyra. I go, repeat after me, Lyra. That's actually Mike's job. There's like 42 Mikes at the agency. Works like every time.
That's actually Mike's job. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is so nice. I appreciate you teaching me the ropes, and who knows? I don't know how long I'll be stuck as an intern. If I can learn from you, a senior intern, it might make my life here a little more bearable. And that's all we can ever ask for as interns, right? Be less responsible and make life a little more bearable. Yeah. I like that.
Exactly.
You arrive at the food court and you start gathering all of your lunches that you need. You also take a little bit extra time to go shopping.
Mhm.
And once you have everything, you make your way back to the agency. When you arrive back and when you get up to your departments, actually, Lyra's department is the first stop. So you stop with Lyra and let her leave the elevator. Go, maybe you're carrying some lunches for her as well. You go to her department, put that off. You're way too late. So I don't say that Ben, and perhaps he might know that it's because of him that they're late, but as much as you would like to interfere here, there's not a lot. You know that she has to stand her own as an intern, and this is a learning process. So she does get berated for being very late with the lunches. And then additionally, she has like 5 lunches too little. And you hear her like slightly panicking about the fact that how could she forget the orders of these 5 people that clearly gave her what they wanted, but she maybe didn't write it down. She tried to memorize it. She forgot. And as she gets berated, you kind of get the cue that it's your time to leave. And you go up to your department, you drop off your lunches. You're way too late as well. And they give you like a little speech that you've heard before as well. But they're also like, the person giving you the speech knows well enough that you, as a senior intern, there's nothing they can do right now to you.
Yeah, I hang my head and I'm going, oh man, I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry, Agent. It won't happen again. And then I give him a big smile.
It's more of a theater performance than anything else, where you go through the moves, he is going through the moves. You both know, let's get this over with. He has to show authority, and then everyone else will leave. And as you do, you get to enjoy your own lunch as well, with a smile, knowing that you're still there as a senior intern. We leave you eating your lunch, and we go back to the elevator, wait patiently until the doors ding open, and we take them. But instead of going up, we go down a little bit. The doors open again, and through the maze of corridors, we move left and right and left again until we hear the sound of a printing machine. We hear it go pretty steadily. From the sounds of it, a lot is being printed right now. And from what we saw moving through the corridors, there isn't really anyone else on this floor right now. Everyone seems to have gone out for lunch break. As we move into the room where the printing noises are being heard, we see Waters standing next to the printing machine. Why don't you tell us who we see and what you are printing?
I am printing these wonderful flyers. Let your dreams soar. The socialist organization of artistic resistance is shaping the future of tomorrow, today. Join us for weekly meetings at the library annex Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. I am wearing a navy cardigan, a collared shirt, curly hair, very delicate smile on my face.
And
I also have a messenger bag full of some books and other literature.
there is already a pretty significant stack of flyers that you have printed so far. You neatly put them in a little pile. As you are very wisely using the printing machine while everyone else is out on lunch break, you offered to stay in case anything were to come up. You know, someone has to stay behind and eat lunch late. You're so considerate for that. Your colleagues really appreciate it. As you take
I have
this
to be
time-
here in case of emergency, of course.
Exactly. And if no one is around the printing machine, and if you can use the agency's money to print out your flyers for your organization, that's just, there's nothing wrong with that. You're doing your job and you're being helpful right now.
This is just an efficient use of resources.
And if there's anything the agency loves, it's an efficient distribution of resources. As you are printing your flyers, very relaxed, you get a call. Your phone, I imagine Wave is someone who keeps their phone on silent, but feels it
Yes.
buzzing in their pocket. Do you pick up? I mean, you are technically working right now.
We'll give a discreet look and then look
It's-
around.
It's your mother.
Hello, Mother.
Are you working right now?
Yes, Mother, I am. Is this important?
I mean, it is. Could you help me for a second? It's only gonna be a second, really, dear.
Did Charlie get outside the fence again, Mother?
No, Charlie is here. Here, wait, I'll find Charlie later, dearie. That's not why I called. I know you have explained it to your mother before, but there is this machine, and I want to get something out of it, but it's not working.
Okay.
At-
You would like my help with which machine is it this time, Mother?
It's the one. Oh, gosh. It's the one that I can use to print things for my book club. And I have
Printer, yes.
I remember that you said that put everything on a little stick, and I put everything on a little stick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. On the little stick. Yes.
But where does the stick go, dearie?
Oh, so you have to open the top of the printer and make sure that there's paper loaded inside, and then you put the little stick into the little compartment, and then you just hit print, Mother. The compartment at the top, Mother. You just have to open
Where I put the
little
paper
door.
in.
The
Okay, I
paper-
dropped it in, dearie.
You know what, Mother? why don't I stop by after work and I will help you print those flyers for your book club. In fact, why don't I get you another printer? You've been saying that you're having so much trouble with this one. I'll just get the new model and install it myself, and then we can print out those lovely flyers for your book club. How does that
Oh,
sound?
you're such a dear. I, not to make things difficult for you, dearie, but if you could be here before 4 p.m. because my book club starts at 4:30 p.m., that would be lovely. That's before you go off of work.
Yeah. Hmm. I suppose that I could use that time to put in some hours going door to door. All right, Mother, I'll be there.
Thank you so much, dearie. Again, your silly mother forgetting how her printer works.
Oh, it's all
I
right, Mother. You can do no wrong in my eyes.
Well, you have a lovely working day, dearie, and I'll see you afterwards. Do you still need dinner? I can make dinner for you.
Uh, what's for dinner?
Chicken sausage with potatoes, of course.
Well, how could I say no to that? I'll be there right on time.
I'll get you a big portion. Bye now, sweetie.
Bye, Mother.
You hang up, and none of your colleagues are there yet, but you do hear the ting of the elevator down the corridor.
I will very quickly gather my copies of my flyers, shove them into the messenger bag, and stride down the hall to the elevator to see who's coming up.
It seems that some of your team has already finished their lunchtime, so they are slowly but surely filing back into the department. So, nothing out of the ordinary. They, of course, thank you for taking the shift right now, and you can go have your lunch as well now that they're back.
Wonderful. I'll go eat my teriyaki rice bowl now.
And as you, with your bag in hand, go to eat your teriyaki rice bowl, we go into the elevator now that this has emptied of your colleagues. We stand in it with you for a little while as we go down to the ground level again. We leave, go out, but you go right, we go left. And we basically go back to the main entrance of the building. As we do, we see that there is a constant bustling of people going in and out. And most people working here have very bland attire. Most people are wearing suits and ties, and it's all very black and white and navy and gray, maybe some beige here and there. And a little pop of color springs into view. Not the usual red that we see everywhere in the building, but a very bright, light blue pop of color. We see it in the form of a tie on someone who is walking into the doors. Possibly, if I'm correct, looking quite nervous maybe about their first day. So, who do we see walking into the door, making their way to the reception to know where they have to go?
Lucas Estrada is looks very nervous and very in awe of everything he lays his eyes on. He's very excited. You can tell that there's a lot of hope in his eyes, and yeah, he's chosen a shirt, the red like the company. He sees the red triangle everywhere, so he's donned that. No one really gave him any direction on what to wear aside from just business attire, and he doesn't know what that means. So he chose a red shirt and then a light blue tie because it's his favorite color. He has on a broken smartwatch and a little bracelet that he picked up likely from a Girl Scout. And yeah, he's just very excited. His dark hair kind of pulled back. He's mimicked what he's seen in like magazines and like Forbes and everything. So he's trying his best to look professional.
I have to ask, why the broken smartwatch?
He saw it in Forbes. This is it's the thing that everyone wears where it looks official, where you can check your emails on it. He doesn't even really know it's a smartwatch or not. It's probably like a Fitbit or something. But it's all the same to him.
It's very strange how all of these business people want to constantly know how many steps they took in that day. It's wild.
It's steps, it's emails, it's calendars, it's if he ever gets it working, I'm sure it'll be very handy.
As Lucas walks in, you make your way to the reception. There are multiple people sitting there. And as you wait patiently until one of the receptionists is free, you walk up to them. She greets you with a smile. She also has a name tag on. It says Miranda. And this a little bit older looking woman greets you with a smile and says, "Hi there, welcome to the agency. How can I help you today?"
Hello, my name is Lucas Estrada. What does her name tag say? I'm so sorry.
Miranda.
Miranda. Hi, Miranda. My name is Lucas Estrada, and I'm to be joining the agency today. I'm the new junior intern.
Right. Okay, let me have a look here. I have the entire list of all of the new interns that would join us today. Very busy here at the agency. Normally we have at least 10 of them joining us each day. Let me see here. And she does have a paper list. It's huge. This is a booklet of like maybe 100 pages full of very small typed names. And there's just lists of them. Lists and lists. As she opens it, she flips through a few pages and she puts her finger on the paper and scrolls down very patiently. There's this awkward silence where you were just waiting for her to go through this list, and she is like a bit speaking up, but more to herself and being like, Lucas. Is that with a C or a K?
Oh, that's with a C.
Oh, with a C. Of course. And she flips through pages again. Starts going through the list again. And she says, "Right, Lucas Estrada. I forgot they told me you were gonna come in today. Indeed. And I should have remembered. I would have recognized your face. And the tie. Very iconic of you.
Thank you.
Silly me. Of course, I am so happy you were here. You are 5 minutes late, though, to the meeting that you're supposed to be in. But it's your first day. We accept it on the first day, not on the second, though. I will lead you upstairs to the meeting room.
Understood.
Why don't you go ahead and follow me?"
Thank you, Miranda.
She leaves her post and she takes you with her. She has a little badge tied around her neck with possibly a clearance that you need to actually go inside and to go use the elevator to go up and down. You both take the elevator. It pings, and we see you go up and into it. As you do, we have a little cut screen of all our 3 other agents. Some of them eating lunch, some of them working hard right now. All in your own ways. You get notified through a colleague, through the manager of your department, basically, where you work right now. You get notified that you are being called in for a mission that requires your field team's attention. So, sadly, if your teriyaki rice bowl isn't finished yet, you will have to take it up, maybe walk with it to the meeting room and eat it there if you're daring enough to do that, or leave it and not finish it. It's a tough choice here in the business world.
We're gonna walk with it and eat it.
As you do, if anyone decides not to go immediately, not looking at anyone particularly, certainly not our senior intern. As you all make your way to the meeting room to meet with your general manager, you have been on missions before, the three of you, and when you eventually arrive to the meeting room, you will recognize each other. I imagine that Wave is the first to enter, and then possibly Danny, and then possibly Ben.
Mm-hmm.
As you can play out, go ahead when you arrive there. But as you arrive, I will describe that you go into this long corridor with all identical doors on each side, all meeting rooms, and all of them, you know, where meeting rooms have glass like windows at the sides when they want to be modern about it, you know, not want it to be very dark inside. All of them are, of course, triangle-shaped glasses with like some milky part in the middle, so that it's like a little bit of privacy. You walk into one, number 47, meeting room number 47, and as you do, you see on one end of a table, you see your general manager. None of you actually know her name because she's never told it, and on her name tag it just says general manager. So I imagine that you all just, up until this point, have been calling her general manager. You see her sitting there, and with her, you see a young man you have not seen before. You see the previously described Lucas. You were led into this meeting room to sit down with the general manager, who said that the team that you would be joining as an intern would be coming here any minute now, so you can keep introductions from when they are all here as well. That's very efficient. So as I described, the scene that you walk into, Wave, you enter first, then Danny, and then Ben, and you all see each other again.
Lucas,
hey, ready
everyone
for
that
another great day?
Another day, another
everyone
mission,
that
right?
comes in, Lucas is up and just ready to shake hands. Hi, I'm Lucas.
Oh, nice to meet you, Lucas. Have you heard of Das Kapital by Karl Marx?
No.
Well, I think it's a little outdated at this point, but if you'd like to hear more, I would love you to come to the next SOAR meeting, and I'm going to hand him a
I
flyer.
would love to. Is this part of the the employee handbook?
No.
No, it's
Okay.
it's just his thing.
That's his thing, yeah.
It's his thing. Yeah.
You don't have to
Mr.
read that.
Waters.
Hi, I'm Danny. Just like totally like shoves themselves in between what's happening right now, and just like holds hand out. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. You said Danny?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good to meet you, Danny.
Good to meet
Is
you,
Danny still-
Lukey.
Wearing their apron, or did they take it off?
Oh, they are still wearing their apron for sure. The apron
Got
doesn't come off.
By the way,
Apron stays
Danny,
on.
you made a very nice espresso this morning. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Wave. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm Ben. I'm your new intern, right? Fresh face to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
get
sir.
along great. I'm gonna show you all the ropes. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have a great first day, and you're gonna survive. It's gonna be a good day.
Excellent. I very much look forward to surviving.
With
the attitude.
those comforting words, your general manager speaks up. She remains seated during all of this. She clears her throat. Well, with those pleasantries out of the way, I appreciate you all coming here so swiftly. It's great to see you again. Sorry that we took away some of your lunchtime. I am sure that you didn't need them and you can eat your lunch as we are talking here. But none of you brought yours, so I guess that...
I'm
You did,
actively
Mr.
setting
Wade.
coffee on the table that I brought with me, including for general manager.
All Black, you remembered. My favorite. That's why we appreciate your work so much here at the agency. Thank you for bringing the coffee.
You got it,
Now,
boss.
As you all already noticed now, there is a new colleague sitting here in the room with us. How exciting. I'm sure we all remember our first days as well. Everyone, Lucas will be joining your team as of today as an intern. He will be working with you, Field Team E, to go on missions. So I entrust all of you with his safety and also with showing him the ropes as you go about your mission today, which is why we are all here and time is precious. Now, I have gotten all of you here, and she takes like this very long, thin stick, reaches behind her, and pulls out like a projector screen. And as she does, she takes on like a little remote control, and a PowerPoint basically projects behind her. On it, basically, there's like, at this point, images which will be, during her explanation, very vaguely related to what she's saying. It's like someone having to give a PowerPoint presentation and just only being allowed images. And so there's like, at this moment, there is just an image, one big image of a house on fire. As she pulls it out, she starts it up. Well, your mission today, we have just gotten a case that caught our attention. Apparently, there has been a disturbing number of house fires happening a few hours ago, really. All of the fires are controlled right now, which is good, but that doesn't seem to be a clear cause right now. However, we have seen or noticed a spike in resonance around this area, so it is cause of concern for us, of course. You will be going out, Field Team E, and you will be identifying and containing whatever the source is of this resonance that we are feeling there before it spreads any further. I'm sure we can leave it in your capable hands. Now, as you are having some new blood in your team, it is up to me to briefly, Lucas, give you a small explanation of what you will be going out and joining your team to do today. She presses a button again, and it on the screen is a very like big image of the 3D emoji that's laughing and waving a hand. And above it are the words "hello," and the E has a little triangle in it.
Definitely waving at the display back, like, hi.
Of course, other three agents, you have seen this PowerPoint presentation before. It's the exact same as when you got it. However many years that was ago. As the image pops up, she says, and she also actually like takes out a piece of paper and she just starts reading from. She says, the universe was not meant to be observed. Observation creates thought. Thought shapes reality. Without the agency, there is chaos. And where there is chaos, there is destruction, or a particularly potent single thought can create an unnatural distortion of what is right and true. We call these distortions anomalies. Anomalies are extremely dangerous. They must be captured and contained, lest they tear a hole in reality, leaving us vulnerable to forces far greater than any mundane mind can imagine. At the agency, we act in the public interest and rise to this challenge. as a field agent, and she looks at Lucas, which you are now, you're joining a long lineage of employees across the centuries of globe bearing our universe's continued existence on their shoulders. Luckily, maintaining order in a chaotic world is a thankful job. She clicks a button, and at the same time as she says it, there's like a big thank you on screen. She says,
I love this
"Thank
part.
you." Now, she reaches under the table and she puts a very regular, brown, little bit weathered looking briefcase on the table. She says, "Now, here is your team's normal briefcase. With this, you will capture and safely hold the anomaly. But for the briefcase to work, the anomaly has to be exhausted, calmed, or willing. You three know this, of course. You often want to accomplish this state of being in the anomaly by identifying its focus. And that is, of course," and she leaves a little bit of room for the others to chime in. But as there's a little moment of silence, she says, some of you maybe willingly staying silent. I'm looking at Ben. Others just not wanting to step in and steal her spotlight. She continues herself. She says, "Of course, the focus is the thought or feeling that created the anomaly. You will stabilize reality by neutralizing the anomaly, capturing them in your agency briefcase, and bringing them back for containment in our vault." She then reaches out again and puts a kind of funky 70s looking, futuristic gun straight out of a sci-fi movie. She puts it on the table. It's yellow and blue. She puts it next to the briefcase. "And now here is your team's ripple gun. Of course, I don't have to tell you to be careful with it, but Lucas, this ripple gun is able to directly disrupt an anomalous resonance. So if you aim this at an anomaly, it will be permanently neutralized. It only has one use. We at the agency refill that use so we know when it's being used, but we highly discourage the usage of it." She says that with a smile. The PowerPoint behind her clicks to black, showing that it's finished. And she says, "Well then, with this, I entrust you to go first to the place where we found the highest centralization of resonance, which is where all of the homeowners are currently as well, the fire station downtown. Go there, do a great job, field team, make me proud as your general manager, and remember, the agency is always watching."
Hi, Captain.
Understood, General Manager.
Do we have
I love
any
the spirit.
intelligence about the incident, Manager?
Well, silly question, of course, Mr. Waters. That is up to you to figure out. We just get the spark and you make it work.
I was just hoping things might be different. Alas.
Why would things be different if they work so great as they are right now?
Absolutely, yes. Everything in the world works completely perfectly.
That's really good to know.
Don't.
Well, you are dismissed.
Okay.
Well, who wants to drive?
I don't know how to drive.
I mean, I could drive. I'm a great driver.
You said that last time too, but
I'll
And
drive.
We're here, right?
I'll
Yeah.
drive. I'll
Okay.
drive.
cool. Yeah, it's better if you drive. Yeah. Wave is the good driver. Benji,
understood.
not so much.
Wave is the good driver.
Do we have like
Love
a
it, yeah.
Subaru
Mhm.
station wagon or something company enlisted?
We'll
You
just let it be a
can- you can-
Woodside. Station
You-
wagon.
You can go down and there's like a small rental space. You do have to pay for this. It's not a free company benefit. You if you don't have your own car to use in missions, you have to pay. It's not much, but it's a rental, and they make you sign some papers, of course, for insurance. If you don't bring the car back by the time that your mission has ended, they will figure it out and find you and fine you. So going down, you get you rent a car. It's I feel like these cars get into pretty bad situations and they fix the cars afterwards, but in like DIY ways that you clearly see they don't bring it to a mechanic. They're just like, "Oh, we can fix this at home." So if there's like a bump, they put some zip ties in it and straighten it that way. And you still pay full price. So you get your station wagon. And you can all pile in.
Mm,
All right, remember, no detours this time. Ben.
Oh, I am driving?
No, no, no. I'm just saying we're not taking any detours. Do you think I would let you drive?
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll go just get the job in and out, you know, go home. We'll show Lucas a good first day, show him how it's done around here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Lucas, keep your eyes open. You don't want to be the one that ends up in the ground.
Understood. No,
And I climb into the front seat.
Fasten your seatbelt.
how do I do that?
How do you?
I assume you've been in a car once or twice in your life.
No, never.
Okay. You take the little. You see the little buckle. You take the little buckle. You put it in the little clicky clicky.
I feel like I'm
Make sure it
talking
goes
to
Mhm.
my
clicky,
mother right
clicky.
now.
Think Lucas.
Yeah.
I think he would. Well, I'll leave it to our general manager. I think he might get this. This is he's very, very new.
Luckily you have someone saying clicky clicky and holding like a little part of the seatbelt, so you can like just follow her instructions, take it, and you manage to put on your seatbelt.
You see,
And
Ben has
off we
not put
go.
on his seatbelt as with everybody else.
Hey, Bean. Hey, Bean. Seatbelt.
That's what they want you to do. You don't want to wear the seatbelt. They tell you to wear the seatbelt. You don't want to wear the seatbelt. Okay?
You want to wear the seatbelt.
That's
Unclick.
what the man wants. And if you do what
I
the man
pulled up-
wants, then the man wins. And you don't want the man to win. So, you know.
Ben,
Well, I'm
there's no one-
non-binary, so I don't care what the man wants or what you want. Put your seatbelt on.
Ben, there's no one that hates the bourgeoisie more than
Reclick.
I do. But they don't care whether you wear your seatbelt or not.
I
Mm.
hold up my messenger bag menacingly because you know what it is. Do you really want to make them upset?
But,
Safety first.
I just don't want to have this argument again. And he clicks the seatbelt.
Thank you.
If they steal my thoughts through this, we're gonna have words. Just
I don't need a seatbelt to steal your thoughts, Ben.
Is it a danger that we might encounter on this mission?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts. I don't think to steal.
You
I
know,
mean-
on your first day, it's better that way, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's actually real good. You want to think as little as possible at this job. It helps.
You know, Ben and I
I'm
don't
already at an
agree on a
advantage.
lot, but that we do. You should listen to Danny, though. They're smart.
Understood. Danny is smart.
When in doubt, just do what they do.
Yeah. Well,
Understood.
maybe not
Get behind
exactly
that.
what I do. You might not be able to do exactly. No, I don't know. I'm kind of new too. The novelty hasn't worn off yet.
Let's
Do you
go
want a
see what
coffee? And I
this.
pull one from seemingly nowhere.
Let's go see what this fire is about.
It's
Yeah,
perfectly
never turn
like
down
the temperature to take a sip.
Yeah, and never turn down a coffee from Danny because we have to get people a lot of coffees, and not often do people get coffee for us. So you got to take those wins where you can get it.
Vibes.
Understood. Vibes.
I imagine that Ben, like, with that as well, would motion for a coffee because he believes in the motto of like everything I can take from the agency, I will take from the agency, even if it's just fucking coffee.
Yeah, this just doubled my salary. What are you talking about?
Your non-existent salary.
Oh my god.
I love that. You you drive out of the busy central area and more towards the neighborhoods where people generally live when they can't afford to pay inside of Turnian City itself. As you drive, there is obviously traffic, lots of it. It's a little bit after lunchtime, but that doesn't matter. You got the address to go to the fire station, and as you do, is there anything else you would like to discuss before you arrive there?
So
I think Lucas is.
Oh, go ahead.
No, after
Good.
you, please.
I was just say, Lucas, do you mind disclosing your anomaly? Might be something that we can make use of.
Oh, of course. My anomaly is the absence.
What's
Oh.
what's that
I
do?
was. From what I understand, everything around, kind of gestures to everything, has been in place or in progress for a number of years, a great number of years. I mean, I haven't been, and I have the pleasure of being here on and I'll check his broken smartwatch. I've been here for almost 72 hours.
Wait,
Here at the agency?
or like Earth?
Yes. Is that the dimension?
I'm not 100% on the dimensional classification, but the planet.
I see what's going on. We got a newbie here.
Yes.
You guys are still relatively new. Every once in a while, we get somebody that just, just been born. Like, just been created.
Nearly 72 hours ago.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is this like a dimensional abnormality, increased quick growth,
I'm not
spontaneous
entirely
immersion?
sure. The very first thing I remember is the anomaly sort of bidding me out, and then I was in a field, and there were people, and it kind of just, I think it was fighting, or I'm not entirely sure what exactly happened from there. There was a lot of lights in my face, and I was given a name tag, and then that name tag was taken away, and then another name tag was given to me, and I was welcomed to the agency. I was given a handbook. I have that somewhere. I don't know where I put it.
You can throw that away.
Oh, was that the Team C mission that happened the other day? There was some buzz about that, I remember. They were talking about it in the coffee shop, but I didn't hear the details.
That could be a memory wipe, could be a clone. Agent Double Dave, he's got a clone.
Not double
Dave's
D.
cool. His clone, not cool. Not a cool guy, really mean. But, everybody's different.
They keep both of them around as well. Double Dave walks around the department as well, just as normal Dave, and people get them confused sometimes. But the demeanor is very different.
Mm-hmm.
Double
can
Dave,
always
not
tell-
cool.
There's a
You
third
can always
Dave.
tell who Double Dave is because he spits in Dave's coffee every time he orders coffee.
There is a third Dave. He goes by David. He does not get along with the other two, and do not call them Triple Dave. None of them like it.
Oh, I didn't know there was
Okay.
another. Huh.
You sure? I've only
Isn't
ever
another
seen
Dave?
two.
Ben is making this up.
Yeah, I've only ever seen two.
I've only ever
But
seen, I've only ever seen two.
Oh, well,
But
But
they
who
all look
knows?
the
There might be a
same, I
third
guess.
one.
Yeah, it's easy to get. They look the same.
I
How do we know?
thought it was a third one.
We don't know.
I'm might I ask what your anomalies are?
Yeah. So I have the catalog anomaly. I am a member of the agency by accident, so we're kind of the same in that regard. I kind of stumbled into an area where there was a lot of things going on while the mission was happening, and catalog decided to attach itself to me, so now we're friends. Which is a little
Excellent. That
weird because
sounds-
this is like my second full-time job.
Oh, that sounds lovely. There's a lot of room for growth in the agency, from what I understand.
I wouldn't bet on that.
No, not really, but I really like catalog, and if I don't help the agency, it might be bad for me, and I have a family to take care of. So, 2 jobs.
Look, Lucas, you
Oh.
seem like a nice guy. So let me just tell you this right away. There's no career advancement. There's no justice under the capitalist system, okay? You need to prepare yourself for the revolution right now. And the sooner you get on board with that, the happier you'll be in the long run.
Oh, I'm on board. I'm happy. I'm just happy to be here. Whatever the revolution needs.
I'm happy to have another soldier as part of the revolution.
I
Is
mean,
that,
I agree
a
with
higher
you,
rank
but
than
do you
intern?
have to proselytize in front of the GM?
Well, what are they going to
know.
do? Fire me?
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
I'm going to reach into my messenger bag and get out the red notebook and pen. Say, well, I suppose we should do our job or something, right?
Yeah. Let's
Got it, Wave.
I have to ask. Wave would very much know that in these company cars there is a listening device that the company can listen in and hear your conversations in the car. Would he have purposefully? He knows this. Would he have purposely destroyed it in some way or obstructed it so that it couldn't listen in, or is he like, oh no, I want them to hear this?
Yeah, I think he would just let them hear it.
Okay, noted. The agency is listening. Carry on.
I think I'm just blissfully unaware of that. Just totally unaware that I'm being recorded.
Now remember, Lucas, anomalies are dangerous. Have people get turned inside out. Sometimes you end up in another body, 50 years in the past. A lot of bad stuff can happen. So eyes and ears open.
He's not
So you
talking
keep
about
your
you,
eyes
Marty.
and ears.
You see Ben is like looking into his satchel bag and he's like talking into it. He doesn't mean you. You're not
Is
dangerous.
that your anomaly?
Well, no, he's not mine. And he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a little creature. Ben is a caretaker and he has a dependent that relies on him. And in this case, this is actually a new thing for Ben. On one of his last missions, Ben found a tiny little 6-inch anomaly. A little monster, a little tentacled creature. No eyes, just teeth and tentacles. And you see Ben is looking at him going, who's my little eldritch horror? Who's my little unknowable creature? And he's like
it makes like a
tickling
little
him.
screeching like, noise, like as in response to it.
Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, I got this. This is approved. By the way, he looks up at the camera and the listening device. This is approved. This got approved by the general manager. Just so we're clear, okay? I don't need anybody. Yeah, okay.
He looks quite pleasant. I would like to pet him, if that is all right.
Of course, yeah. Watch his teeth. He hands him
I
over.
wouldn't.
I like twist in my
And-
seat. Bean, can I draw
Ben's-
him sometime?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Oh, that would be fun. If we ever get a break, I wanna.
yeah. He loves to be drawn. Just got to give him a little snack. He eats paper clips and bottle caps and gosh, just about everything I give him, he'll eat. So
Okay.
it helps.
I can find some stuff in the cafe to give him.
Mhm.
Have
You
fed any
Tried
humans
human
to him
flesh yet?
I haven't tried it, to be honest. I thought a little bit like this might be a slippery slope situation. Like, let's not get him started because like he's already eaten all the paper clips in the office, and they're not happy about that in accounting. So, let's
Well,
not.
I
get
will
him
say,
started.
depending on the number of witnesses we're about to encounter, the capacity to eat people might actually come in handy.
Mhm.
Wait, we're not gonna do that, right?
Not at first.
Eat people.
Not at first.
Okay.
Lovely thought. You
Oh.
you get to the fire station. Your car pulls up in the parking lot, and you put the brake on. As you put the brake on, you hear like as you pull up to because this is a manual car, obviously. You pull it up and it makes like a little cranking noise that you fear something might have broken, but you're not gonna put it back down again because the car is standing still right now, and that's all that matters. You can file out of the car, and you can go to the main entrance of the fire station. It's not the biggest building, despite it serving a very large neighborhood, though. This is the only one in a very long range around it. And as you go in, you obviously see you're not alone. As you get into the lobby entry area of the fire station, there are obviously firefighters, receptionists, all of them standing around doing their jobs. And at the entrance, you also see some people on chairs a little bit further off in like a sort of waiting room situation. You see several people on chairs, and as your general manager said, you do see, well, some of these people are in distress. You don't know if these people are related to your incident, but I mean, they're here and they're in distress, so there might be a distress around fire for them, for sure. That's a good guess. And yeah, as you walk into this receptionist area, no one really like chirps up and pays attention to you, so you're just standing there kind of. If you were to approach anyone, they would, of course, see that you're there, but for now, you are standing and invisible, quote unquote.
Wave will put on a pair of black gloves and then stride confidently up to the person who seems the least panicked of the group.
So you walk up to the people sitting a little bit away from the reception area. Yes, those stressed people. You walk closer to this row of chairs with people, and as you do, you try to calculate who is looking the least distressed. Scanning the people sitting there, there are 3 of them sitting right now. You spot a younger man, around his 30s, that doesn't. Some of these people actually, like, on their clothes, you can see some scrapes and like some burn marks. On him, you don't really see anything. He is just sitting there, gazing in front of him, kind of hazy. So he seems very relaxed, that's for sure. You walk up to him, and as you do, as you get closer, he doesn't look at you. He's just like gazing in front of him.
Hello, sir. May I speak to you a moment?
Oh, hi there. What can I help you with?
Oh, I'm from the agency. I was just hoping that you might be able to answer a few questions for me.
The agency?
Let's not worry about that right now. Life is full of potential, and that's not one of them for you. Could you please tell me, have you encountered anything strange lately?
I don't know what you're on about, dude. I'm just here waiting.
Waiting for...
To talk to the firefighters. They're very friendly.
Friendly, like you're here because you're just here to meet with someone?
Oh no, dude, my house burned down.
Oh,
You seem very, very happy about that.
Did you start the fire?
No, it was always burning since the world was turning, you know? That's just
We didn't start the fire. Nah, dude, why would I do that? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did.
Do you live alone?
So weird. One moment you have everything, and the next you have nothing. Reality works in strange, mysterious ways, you know?
Sometimes
Yeah.
that works in reverse.
Mm.
Sometimes you have nothing, and then you have everything.
Yeah.
That's sick to think about. So when I have nothing right now, maybe I'll have everything when I leave here.
Yeah, you have nowhere to go but up, you know? You have nothing else. You have literally nothing but to gain.
Wow. Oh, that's really wise for a new guy. I like, nothing is a state of mind. Really.
Oh, it was just a
Nothing
physical
It's a
observation.
state of mind, dude. You're so right. Maybe I still have everything. No, I didn't. My house burned down.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
Give it like 72 hours.
72
Do I?
hours. What happens after 72 hours?
Yeah, what does happen after 72 hours?
Who's to
something to
say?
think about. While this weird conversation is happening, do I see anything anomalous in the area? Do I smell anything? Feel anything?
There isn't, despite the agency saying that they get like, they spotted resonance, or they had like signs of an anomaly, that's very difficult for you to know what they are talking about.
Okay.
What you see is all very human at this moment. The other people on these chairs, like some of them are more in distress than the others. The man you're talking to clearly has a different way of coping with things. But they definitely seem like they had an incident happening to them. Otherwise, they don't just seem to be here for a pleasant conversation.
Are the chairs all the same? Like, are they the same chair?
Yes, they're all. It's a row of chairs, and they're all the exact same plastic, cheap ones.
Hey,
Ben. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
can I just ask you, sir, were these chairs here already when you sat down?
He looks like he lifts his butt up a little bit. He looks at his own chair, and he says, "I don't remember." I mean, it could have been. They
I think I
they
might
surely
be able to
were.
help with that.
They're in a fugue state, it seems.
Ben, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you slap him for me?
Oh, that's actually Mike's job.
Ben, you know I've known you for a while, right?
Yeah. What? You want me to slap him? I don't want to do that. That seems mean, like a mean thing to do. I don't want to do that.
I could do that.
Oh, please, Lucas.
Oh boy.
Lucas will
It's for the job.
raise his hand. Yeah, absolutely. And I am an intern soldier, and I will raise my hand and rear back and slap this man.
Alright.
While you were talking about this man was also just like looking between all of you having this conversation about slapping him. You rear back your hand, you slap this man fully across the face. There's an audible, like it's not very loud in this room, so there is a very audible flesh on flesh hit as the sound of the slap reverberates in the room. The guy holds his cheek and he's like, "Oh, dude, why the fuck did you do that?"
I'm
Would
an
you say
intern
that-
soldier.
Would you say that you're angry now, sir?
I guess.
I believe this man is affected by an anomaly.
Yeah, I think they all are.
What's the
Yeah.
anomaly?
Chair.
I don't know if we needed to slap him to figure that out, though, to be quite honest there. Lucas, we should have a talk about chain of command and like what's actually expected of you, just to be clear.
This is
Yeah,
all
it's kind
just
of been unclear.
this is just scientific method and testing hypotheses,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He is acting weird, though. And again, we're like just talking right in front of his face, He's acting
Yeah.
real strange, though, right?
Yes. He's way
Yeah.
too calm about the fact his house burned down.
I think I might be able to help with this a little bit. If I can try something.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But let's try it over there. A little bit away from this. Maybe? I don't know.
Sure.
Depends on what you want to do.
Sure, whatever makes you guys more comfortable.
I'm comfortable.
And I will
What
meander
would you
off
like to
where-
try?
I'd like to use my ability negatives. Where I inspect a place where something once was and roll attentiveness. To attempt to learn the history of this place.
Go ahead. As you try to use your anomalous ability. I will also say that at any point, the agency is listening.
Right.
We are supposed to keep stuff secret, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You.
How does your ability manifest itself when you do that?
Oh, I think that the nature of Lucas, because he's literally new and because he's bonded with the anomaly of absence, I think he might disappear or like go translucent for a moment and like kind of throw himself backward in time to kind of look at the history of this place. It's not covert.
Okay. Go ahead and roll and see what you get.
Two threes, and then the rest are the non-threes generate chaos, correct?
So you have 2 3s, and the rest is something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Know that at any point you can, if you have quality assurances in that quality, you can spend them to, for example, go from 2 threes to 3 threes, which won't get you Transcendence, but will stabilize and create no more chaos. But you don't have to.
Fake
I'll
transcendence.
hold on to that knowledge for later.
All right, perfect. So you have 2 successes, which creates a little bit more chaos. Delicious. That does mean that you succeed in using your anomalous ability. So indeed, describe for us what we see and what happens with
boy.
Lucas.
Yeah, I think despite Lucas's kind of just happy and golden retriever style of demeanor, when he taps into any anomaly abilities, he kind of fades and becomes a little more horrifying as he kind of like blurs out of existence. It becomes like a Jackson Pollock painting almost. He's kind of there but not, and there's a sort of like mist that is Lucas. Yeah, and on a success, on a success, you can see the lost history of the place you're inspecting. If a note was removed, you know what it reads. If an object was stolen, you know what it was and how it felt. And everything else doesn't apply. It's just looking back and seeing what happened here.
All right. I like to imagine as well that as Lucas goes into this other state where he can view the past, everyone else is still left standing there in the room having to deal with the actual situation, which is that Lucas, in front of these 3 people in this little waiting room area, becomes kind of transparent, like a mist covers him almost.
As soon as I notice that he's starting to turn to, I look around and I look at this guy in front of us and I go, "Oh, is that a fireman over there?" And I put my arm around his shoulder and turn him around and go
Yeah.
"Oh
Wade
no, I
is
guess."
very quickly gonna walk with them and go to the firemen and try to get to their attention in another direction.
I was
Yeah, I'm
gonna
like-
say I have an ability for that
Oh,
actually.
go for it.
I have
Go
an
for
ability
it.
called "What's that over there?" So I can point somewhere and say, "What's that over there?" and I roll attentiveness. So that I can,
Go ahead.
have a mundane thing appear that is harmless inside the space, essentially.
I will say as well, right now in this space with you, there aren't any firefighters. The only ones that are sitting there are these 3 people on these chairs.
Oh, those aren't firefighters. I see.
Oh,
They're just
no,
people
no,
here to
no,
see
they're not. They
firefighters. Okay.
seem to be civilians.
Does
Got it.
So
Okay.
does your ability have a visual effect? Just as we're
Mine?
Yeah.
Hopefully not a
so
big one.
I create an object where I'm pointing.
Mm-hmm.
That can be any mundane kind of thing. To distract people. So I roll 6d4 regardless
Yes,
of if I
you
have
roll
that QA or not. Because it says I roll
Yes,
attentiveness.
64s, and then the QAs you have in there you can spend depending on your result.
Okay. I have 2 3s.
So, same goes with Ramos. You succeed if you spend a QA. You create a neutral situation, balanced, so that there is no chaos created. Otherwise, you create 4 chaos.
And that's only if I have QAs in that thing. So if I
Yes.
have 0, I can't spend anything for.
Do you have 0
attentiveness.
QAs in the one you have to roll right now?
Yes.
Then that even gives you a burnout. So that means that because you have no QAs, 1 success is taken away, so you only have 1 success. Again, that means you succeed, but that means you create 5 chaos.
Okay.
I would like to point out, I wasn't aware of that. That same situation applies to me. I created 5 chaos. I also have.
All
0
right.
attentiveness.
But your ability does succeed. So as Lucas goes into this mist state, you point and you say, "What's that over there?" And what do we see that distracts all
over
people in this
there?
waiting room?
It is Does it have to be an inanimate object, or can it be things?
Whatever you want to, whatever you want it to be.
Okay. Puppies, like a box of little puppies. Like, oh, look at these puppies. Look over there. Look at this. Look how cute that is.
You point to the opposite end of the room from where Lucas is standing, and you say, "What's that over there?" And as these, the people who are paying attention, one of the like one person on one of the chairs is very much like had a head in their hands in distress. The other and this man you are talking to, though, they look and they see the box of puppies, and the man you are talking to even stands up and like goes to like, "Oh my god, they're puppies! What cuties!"
Where'd these little guys come from? They're just so cute. Well,
The firefighters must have saved them from a house that was burning like mine was. They're not my puppies, though. And he goes
One
over.
of them could be, and I hold up one of the puppies.
You hold up a puppy, and he like takes it, and he's. "You're so right. I had nothing, and now I have something again.
You do.
A puppy."
Do I get a commendation for making somebody feel welcome for giving him a puppy?
If that is one of your objectives,
Yep, make someone feel welcome is one of them. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And you managed to distract these two people who are paying attention in this room by just this random box of puppies. They're so cute. They're all piled in there. They're all different colors and stuff. They look at you with these big, bulky eyes. And I imagine that Danny even like just starts spending time with these puppies.
Oh, definitely. I picked one
with
up.
these people.
I need to point out that I have one demerit because I refused the request that Wave made for me to slap him. So Prime Directive, if they wouldn't ask if it wasn't important, each time you deny a request, receive one demerit. I forgot.
You feel like you're being watched just a little bit more. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing. As you, Frank, you're muted if you were
Thank
talking.
you. I was just gonna say, what does Lucas see as
Yes.
Danny has done this wonderful distraction?
So as you are distracting this room, Lucas, you peer into the past of this room in this building a little bit. And as you do, I imagine that you're able to dislodge from your body, quote unquote, that's still standing there in the present time, and you're able to start walking around this fire station. And time is rewinding as you're walking through there. You see people, for a while, these three people have been sitting in this room, but at a certain point, you're back enough to see them being brought in. You do hear people talking, and I do imagine that you can. It's not clear to make out everything that's being said around you at all times here, but you hear these people being brought into this room by some firefighters a few hours ago, actually. As they're being brought in, you hear all of them being distressed. You see that a firefighter was escorting them, sitting them down, talking to them, asking what happened, if they're safe now and stuff. And you hear these people talk about the fact that for all three of them, their houses burned down, and they don't remember how it happened. That's why most of these people are so in distress. They clearly, their house burned down. They don't remember how. One of them does say, however, and after they do, the others chime in and give a little nod of, yeah, same for me. One of them does say that they were hearing these out of place, almost, it's insane, TV commercial playing in their house somewhere before the fire happened. They're not sure. They don't remember. It must have been before, because afterwards, the house was on fire. But they heard this strange TV commercial about a fire, like an insurance against fires. And for all of these people right now, their houses being burned down it's put up to gas leaks right now, because also we're just talking to these people, and these people are saying, yes, my house burned down. I can't remember how. I heard like these strange noises, but that doesn't make a house burn down, you know? And as you walk around a little bit in this station, something else catches your attention. As you walk to the reception area, if you were to go further through to the area where there are desks and some of the firefighters are working and they're doing the paperwork there, you can see a faint, in this whole world, which I imagine is quite murky in colors, you can see a faint red burning just around the corner.
Yeah, I'll try to commit everything to memory so I can pass it along to my colleagues.
Do you walk closer to this burning?
Oh, absolutely. Lucas has no sense of self-preservation.
Gotcha. What a good intern.
I love this.
Risking his life for the agency. As you walk closer to this burning bright vision in all the murkiness, you go into the desk area, and as you do, you see that the like red burning is coming from a closed door right around the corner. As you, I imagine, just open the door, because no one can see, you're in the past, right? As you open the door, you see that the burning red glow is actually coming from the room you're in is like a filing cabinet more than anything else. There is lots of cabinets there, and you see this one firefighter, clear from his uniform, standing fixated on this tiny TV screen that's in this filing room. And the glow is coming from the TV screen, where you see him fixated on this. It looks static to you. There doesn't seem to be anything on the TV to you itself, but you hear the man, and you also don't hear anything coming from the TV, but you hear the firefighter occasionally murmuring ad slogans, and occasionally murmuring things like, should always be careful of fires. Don't forget anything. Be assured. As he is murmuring this in this small room, fixated on this TV screen, until at a certain moment, maybe there was someone coming into the room in the past where you were standing right now, or maybe it's you actually. As he turns around, startled, looks almost directly at you. He scrambles, he picks up some papers from the floor haphazardly, and he runs out of the room shouting, "My stove is still on, fuck!" And he runs outside of the room. And as he does run outside, on the ground where he was scrambling for papers, you see something that is out of place for all of the other papers there on the ground. You see a small pamphlet-sized paper that is burned around the edges, and that is what seems to be a pamphlet for a TV station that has opened its doors and had started broadcasting, and it says Channel 66. Come visit us now. All of your favorite programs right here at any time. And as you see that, you slowly start feeling like you're reaching further and further away, and things become peaceful again. The people weren't brought in yet. Firefighters are doing their jobs. It's becoming night again, etc., etc. Time keeps going further back until you decide to go back to your body. And as you eventually decide to go back to your body, decide to go back to the present, as you finally come to, and you see this box of puppies in the corner with Danny around it, two of the people from the chairs around them, being very distracted. That is where we will take our break. So, thank you all for giving your time to the agency already. And we will take more of your time for the agency when we're back from our 10 to 15 minute break. So hydrate and stand up. Thank you all so much for being here. See you next.
See you soon.
One. Welcome back from your morning, lunch, evening break. It was only the minutes that you were allowed. I hope you didn't take a minute longer than you were allowed to take a break. We go back to the fire station where we left off. We left off with Lucas coming back to the present time, having seen the past of the fire station. You come back to your own body, to your own self, looking at the room, and there being a box of puppies now, which wasn't there before.
Yeah, having successfully completed all this happened at once, and we're still in distraction mode, and you see Ben like with his arm around the guy's shoulder, going like, "So you lost all your stuff, huh? Yeah, that's crazy."
No, dude, I didn't lose everything. I have a puppy now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do. Yeah.
Oh, see, I told you. Just give it a moment, and everything. You know where to go right up.
Lucas,
Yeah,
could I talk to you for a moment?
Always.
I say that in the very corporate boss kind of way, and then
We need to talk.
wave him down the hallway.
I'm
Now
guessing
Danny,
for
like,
Lucas as
watches
well,
this
this is his superior.
Everyone is.
Now
my
look,
superior.
Lucas, I like you. You're a good soldier in the socialist army. You're a real comrade, okay? But I have to warn you, you can't just use anomalous abilities in front of civilians, okay? That's a really great breach of protocol. And as you know, our agency bourgeoisie are always listening, so you really have to be careful. You don't want to create any loose ends, and I would really hate for you to become a loose end. That would be very, very bad for you.
Understood. Yeah, I'll be better about that in the future. Apologies. Yeah, I'll do better about that in the future.
Awesome.
On the
Let's go pet some puppies.
Excellent. On the plus side as well, I have some new information for us. I think we need to go to channel 66.
Channel
Is that
66.
like a club?
No,
it's a-
you're a local, right?
Yeah.
So you would know that Channel 66 was a smaller TV station that supposedly burned down years ago.
Okay. Well, good lead. Way to take some initiative.
Thank you. It's all I've ever wanted to take.
I was waiting for Lucas to say thank you, comrade, to be in his good graces.
Give it time.
Yeah, you guys, I imagine you, to talk privately, you just stepped aside for a little bit.
Yeah. and then
You
go back.
walk closer to your two colleagues next to the puppy box.
Who's the little cute guy? You are. You're the cutest little guy. Do you like coffee?
what are the other two
Coffee?
people look like? What is their vibe compared to this guy?
Their vibe. One of the two people did join you at the puppy box to
Mhm.
kind of cheer herself up. She's a older like woman who seemed just very sad. Honestly, she seemed to be trying to contain her tears and trying to get calm again, and the puppies are helping a lot with her. I think she's the most excited to join Danny at the puppy box and be like, they're so cute. They're so cute. I love them. I don't know why. What?
I just hand her the puppy that I'm holding and I pat her on the shoulder. They're there. It's gonna be okay.
Now that I have a puppy in my hands, it's gonna be okay. Thank you so much. I needed this. So this woman is very sad. And the other woman who is still sitting on the chair, who wasn't paying attention to Lucas and isn't paying attention to these puppies, she seems to have like some like scratches, like not scratches, but some scuff marks on her clothing and stuff, and she just seems in distress and in. You were talking about how this guy was in a fugue state. Out of all the people there, she seems to be like just in her own head right now, from whatever happened. And that's the vibe.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm real sorry about what happened to all your houses. We'll, yeah, wow. So did your all house burn down at the same time? You all live next to each other, or what's going on vis-a-vis locations here and timelines?
I love that you're trying to
Wave
talk
looks
to
horrified
these people.
at this.
I love how you're trying to talk to these people about their houses like having burned down just hours ago. Trying to talk to them about it. As you say that, do you say that like just in general to all three of them can hear it, or are you trying to direct it to one specific person? It sounded like you were generally talking to whoever wants to hear it.
Yeah, he was kind of trying to get everybody's attention, and like, he's got a bit of an awkward energy with all of this. Like between the one guy who's acting way too calm and everybody else being a bit more distressed and in shock. He doesn't know how to handle these negative emotions. So he's just trying to get as much information so we can hopefully help them. If we can figure out what this anomaly is, maybe we can help them.
I think the people who you will get a response out of are the people at the puppy box. This lady does chime in, again trying tears, now holding a puppy. No, we weren't neighbors or anything. It just seems like all three of our houses burned down around the same time. It's just strange, isn't it? That people's houses would burn down just like this. Mm-hmm.
Actually, ma'am, I'm really sorry that this happened to you. I know this is a really awful incident. Nothing can prepare you for something so tragic as this, but I just want to assure you that all of our resources are going into the recovery effort of your belongings, and that we will find out the cause. I am being told that it was a gas leak.
Oh, I appreciate your help. Are you from some kind of organization or something?
We're just from the agency.
The fire marshal, and you see Ben pull out a name tag, write down fire marshal on it, and slap it on his chest. At which case, everybody thinks I'm the fire marshal, other than our agents. Sorry, I should have introduced myself earlier.
Do you need to roll for that?
No, it's just an ability I have. I have an endless packet of blank name tags. Once each mission, you may write the name of someone you met today. Oh, someone I met today. You know what? I don't do this. I didn't fully read that.
There we go.
Wind it back.
Yes. So the agency. That's what Wave just said. You're from the agency.
The agency.
Just the ambiguous agency,
I don't know an agency.
I know.
But I
It's
appreciate
all
the
right.
help.
Yes, and everything will be all right.
I appreciate the puppy as well.
Yeah, why don't you adopt one of these? You know what? Maybe
Are
two.
these
of
yours?
Wade will just shrug.
It says free puppies on the box, and I just
It
point
does
out.
say free puppies on the box. Yeah. Confirmed.
It's hard to argue with
It's so-
signage.
It's so nice of these firefighters to save a box of free puppies and to just put them here. It's like they knew we would lose everything and they wanted to give us a little spark of hope while we were sitting here.
Yeah,
That's so kind of them.
Sometimes life just looks up like that.
There.
Two puppies. Yeah, two of these people are holding puppies right now.
As locals, do we know if is Channel 66 still on the air? Like the station burned down, but is there still a Channel 66?
If you, I think because both Danny and Ben are, well, would Ben still have like a TV connection that isn't like, I'm thinking Danny is the type of person who does streaming now and doesn't have like an actual like broadcasting.
Yeah, I've got a toddler at home. We have all the streaming service with all the kid shows. Like
Yeah.
I don't watch cable.
I'm assuming that maybe Ben and Wave would still. Wave would have like a TV, like
I've got the
at his
super
mother's place.
giga premium package, so I've got
Yeah.
all the channels.
Sure. I'll say that you know that if you go through all of the channels, that the channel is still there, but it's just static. So there's
Okay.
nothing. There's nothing being broadcast, but it's still live in some way.
Just a shot in the dark. Any of you guys watching TV when this happened? No. All right.
I believe, comrade, that we have an appointment we need to get to.
I will also say, if you come up with something, you can always ask the agency to step in and help you in this reality. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
That docks our pay, doesn't it?
I
I don't think
mean,
so.
No?
if it's no,
Nothing to
you
dock
could, if
here.
it's for something, if it's for something stupid, you could be scolded about it. But
Mm.
I mean, the agency is always watching. So what's a little change? I'm just thinking of if you want to get anything more out of these people, which you don't like have an anomaly ability to use for it, you can always think of a way that these people could give you like calm down or anything like that or you get them to talk through something that in this reality is changed by the agency. You don't have to, but you can also just leave it at this.
I'm mostly satisfied.
Yeah, I think I'm satisfied.
Just the yeah, no, I already know the answer to that. Let's move on.
So you say let's move on. You are all four of you standing in this room. You have Lucas, who clearly did something, looking into the past. You say let's move on. I'm curious. What do you mean by let's move on?
We want to go to the TV station next?
Yeah. well,
Head to
Head out.
channel 66.
Head to
our
channel
next
66.
appointment.
So when we step out of the building, because I don't know that Lucas disclosed everything to the rest of us.
The moment
Maybe
where
like-
Didn't it?
Lucas will
So,
just exposit, just
Oh.
word vomit everything that he saw.
Oh, okay. Okay, Skywalker, you gotta slow down there a little bit. It's gonna be okay.
Sorry, I have a memory issue as well, so I didn't want to forget. So I was just kind of reciting everything in my head. So I wanted to make sure that everything was relayed.
We'll work on that. That's fine. That's good. Good information. Yeah, TV station sounds like a good plan. What do you guys think?
I would advise for that.
As you go outside and as Lucas tells everything he saw. I also like to imagine that Lucas picks up details as well that he throws in there. Like, for example, that the receptionist was wearing a pink blouse and spilled coffee on it a few hours ago, but then had to work with that the entire day still. He spills everything that he sees, and you guys decide to into the car and
You
drive
Subaru
to...
station wagon.
I love
Um,
this.
It's if you look up where to go for this this TV station, you do see that, of course, if you look it up, it says that it's closed, permanently closed, because it was supposedly burned out. The way that as you get closer as well, and some of you might have seen in the news when it happened, the way that the building is currently still situated there, it's that the there's still a building, right? So it just like there was a fire from within. It was contained so that the building structure is still there. It's not like a pile of ash. They just, at some point, the city just needs to like sell the ground it's on, and then people
and then
could
demolish
rebuild.
it.
Yeah, demolish it, rebuild it at some point. It's like in between phases right now, but there's still a building. There was just a fire that broke out from inside somewhere. A gas leak.
GM, I have a pit stop I would like to make on the way to Channel 66.
I believe you are driving, right?
Yes, I would like to stop by a Home Depot or some other kind of hardware store, and I would like to acquire both a fire extinguisher and also a flamethrower if possible.
Can you get a flamethrower at Home Depot? Asking as a European here.
Maybe not, but if I
No.
cannot get one from Home Depot, I would like to ask the agency if for help in acquiring a flamethrower.
Technically
Okay,
speaking, we can get all the things we need to make a flamethrower at Home Depot.
Yeah. Just get a little aerosol
I-
can and a lighter.
That also, if I would do in a pinch, if necessary.
I leave it up to you. If you make a pit stop, you stop at a Home Depot and you're like, I just need to get some stuff. You know that you can get a fire extinguisher. I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to ask the agency for this Home Depot to be selling flamethrowers?
Oh, okay.
if so-
I'm stealing an idea from chat. Propane torch is a good idea. That I can get at Home
I,
Depot.
I actually just
Thank
linked
you,
that in our
chat.
private chat because I was like, what? I think they do have one.
Oh wait.
There's a propane torch at Home Depot. You basically just take like a propane
Yeah.
tank and attach a hose to the end of it.
They have those in Europe too.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We burn away weeds with. You burned away weeds with them.
Great.
No,
So you
just
can
everybody
totally
okay?
get those items at Home Depot in your pit stop. As you go back to the car, cart loaded with a fire extinguisher and this propane torch, you load it into the trunk. Maybe I imagine that all the others stayed in the car. As you start driving again to the location where this TV station was, is there anything you would like to discuss in the time that you are in the car?
So, I believe the anomaly must have some obsession with starting or putting out fires. Does everyone agree?
Agreed.
Could be. Could also have to do with the TV.
I think there's probably a TV involved.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mhm.
the anomaly is a TV.
Well, the station burnt down. I mean, that could be the connection between TV and everything else. I wonder.
There
I
was
wonder if
also
that's
an
something-
ad.
Go ahead.
No apologies, please.
I was just saying, I wonder if there's some other connection that we're not seeing yet, too.
Perhaps.
Well, there was
but-
also like ad reads basically being done during the event. So I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it sounds like, I mean, there was an insurance ad basically being played, and then I don't really know what that means.
Well,
Oh.
remember that
Fire
anomalies
safety,
sometimes
like Smokey the Bear?
could be.
Fire
Remember that
insurance?
anomalies take things literally sometimes. So if you say, be prepared for fire, sometimes the anomaly might just start making fire, or it could help in fire preparations. It's hard to know which one.
Hmm.
My anomaly was because I wanted to have socialism enter the minds of people, so now I can enter people's minds. You know, it's you never know what you're going to get with these things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that your anomaly as socialism?
Yeah, I think that
Sort of,
correct. Yeah,
Dream.
and
I dream.
so we got a plan. And he looks at Wave, who, bought a flamethrower and got back in the
Yes,
car
well-
with it.
Extinguisher.
I just wanted to be prepared in case this thing was put at ease by us starting or putting out fires, that we had the capacity to both start and put out fires, just in case.
That's a good idea. That makes sense.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't blackmail them.
Good to know. Yeah, so if we see this thing, one option, we just start burning everything to the ground, right? Just put it at ease. Is that
Oh.
that's one of the options on the table. And then the other one would be, if it's already on fire, maybe they don't like that they're on fire and they want it to be put out. So we got the fire extinguisher. So it's kind of just one or the other. Whatever we see, play it by ear. I think we're on the same page here.
Maybe they really just want government bodies to stop cutting funding to public services like Channel 66.
That's what I've been saying.
Hmm.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Channel 66 worked for the government, though.
You think that about everything.
He just shrugs.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if you've been reading the right literature.
Oh, I don't read. So no.
You
You don't
What?
read?
Why would I read? They put it on the TV now. They take the books, they put them on the TV, and then you don't have to read them anymore.
I feel like as an author, I feel a little bit offended by this, even though I don't make books for people of your age group.
Oh,
Ben,
you read?
didn't I give you a copy of The Meaning of
I'm a
Freedom by
writer.
Angela Davis?
Did you give that to me? Maybe.
Yes.
I didn't read it.
Is
So, Danny, have they made any of your stuff into TV shows or movies yet?
No, I write children's books. I illustrate and write children's books. Did we never talk about this? I feel maybe we didn't talk about this. A
No,
lot of
no,
my
we-
stuff is under NDA.
I think
Artists at home, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure we've.
He's
I mean, I
reading
know you're an
Davis.
artist. I think.
You know, I believe that we could really use your help over at SOAR. Children's books are the prime place to tell the people's message.
I feel like that's a little too soon to be proselytizing to my child.
You gotta start them young.
As
There's a little
you
text on the bottom of the screen. Danny does not approve. They do not.
as
approve.
you keep going back and forth about Danny's books and not having to read books, because who even needs to read? There's TV nowadays. Brain rot isn't real unless you make it so.
Oh my God.
You eventually arrive at this location of the burned out TV station. As you get closer, this is of course way out of the city. you drive up to this building. It's it is a larger building of about maybe 3 to 4 floors, and you clearly see there isn't anyone around. It looks like there's still a door and stuff. It's not completely burned. As I said, back when it burned out, the fire was contained somewhat, so there will probably be a lot of damage inside, and it'll be desolate. But other than that, the building is still standing somewhat. Seems like the type of place that still you can still go inside. Maybe homeless people will even use it to rest for the night. Yeah, you drive up there, you park the car, and you see this building. As you do, I'll say Lucas, you can't quite. It's not a thing you can see the source of, but when you get to the building, you ever so faintly, on like the edge of your right vision, you see a red glow. But when you turn to try and look for the source of this red glow, it just moves with you. But yeah,
Like constantly just
will-
on the edge of vision.
yeah, it's very annoying because you try to look for the source, but there is no source. What is your plan, field agents?
Sorry,
And we
can
all see that happen?
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
say,
Oh, okay, we don't all see it. Go ahead, Mandy.
is the building still kind of standing?
Yeah, it's still standing, and it's probably gonna be pretty destroyed inside, but it's still standing enough for example, as I said, homeless people could still use it as like a home for the night and stuff.
Okay.
Like
There's
a
gonna be a
charred
lot of
husk,
damage.
basically,
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is there anybody around?
currently you don't see anyone near this building, from where you're standing on the outside of it.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the windows. I've got my big tote bag. Could be a diaper bag. You're not really sure. It seems to have stuffed animals in it. And I'm like holding it preciously, kind of close, and I just peek into one of the burned out windows. Is there anybody inside?
You don't see anyone inside, but as you get closer to the building and as you try to peer inside, you catch the faint smell of smoke. You don't see a fire though. But
you guys, do you
there,
smell that?
as you get closer to the building, and if other people were to get closer to the building as well, you would all also indeed catch the scent of smoke clearly from
I do
somewhere
smell that.
here.
Don't
Are you
like
all
it.
seeing the flashes of red?
No.
Oh,
You
is
see
that
flashes
bad?
of red?
Yes. But every time I try to focus on it, it kind of goes away.
Hmm. You might be seeing an anomaly.
Oh. Is that bad in the situation that we're in?
No, it's good. It means we're one step closer to the mission.
Excellent.
You have your briefcase?
Yes.
Good.
One
The
carried
goal?
the extinguisher and a propane torch as well.
Oh yeah, I should have one of the interns lug that around for me.
Mm-hmm. Do I take the propane or the fire extinguisher? Okay, newbie, you got the extinguisher. I'm gonna take the propane.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Now, if you are seeing the anomaly, We have to coax it into it believing we can do what it wants.
Done. Easy. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
I kind
Oh,
of peek
okay.
into my bag while this is happening. Is Catalog reacting in any kind of particular way?
Not really right now. And I will say as well, unless anomalies anomalies can interact in some way sometimes, but their sense of their understanding of reality has to be big enough. They have to have been around long enough
Okay.
to get the idea of, okay, I can interact with these other anomalies. So
Okay.
it's not like every time you would go on a mission and interact with an anomaly that Catalog would react to that, right?
Okay.
That's not a sure way sign.
Okay.
But as you Danny, you're still standing in front of the window.
I mean, when I
as the
didn't
others-
see anything, I'll peek down, but I'll look around a bit.
Yeah. As the others are standing there discussing who takes what and taking the extinguisher and the propane torch, as you go away from the window where you peeked in, and walk away a little bit, you heard to talk about red glow, and maybe that's why you're also seeing something, maybe. But as you walk away, through, and there's no window there, but through the windowsill that's hollowed out on the second floor, you indeed see a faint red glow.
Oh, there's something up there, and I point where I see the red glow.
And everyone can see this one.
Oh,
Upstairs we go.
there it is. Remember, eyes and ears open. Let's get to it.
I open my bag, eyes and ears open, and I close the
Mhm.
bag.
Right.
It's
I
just
open
stuff
I
animals
open
in
my
there.
bag and I'm like, you don't have any eyes. Don't worry, you're good.
Let's slowly ascend towards this glowing red light.
You all walk into the doorway of this burnt out building. As you do, and you walk inside, everything seems normal. As in, there is a lot of fire damage here. There is also a lot of stuff that's still lying around. It's not cleared out or anything. There's still equipment, and there are still desks, and there's still paperwork, there's still cabinets. All of it pretty burnt out. As you walk through, you do notice that whatever caused it to burn down here at the entrance, it seems way less. The damage seems way less than when you get further into the building, and especially when you try to go up the stairs. So it seems that whatever caused this building to burn out was higher up in the building, so that the lower ground was less damaged.
Got it.
As you do, and as you are walking up these stairs, everything is pretty normal and you are alone here. But what does happen is every so often you, for example, see a desk in one corner and you see it flicker and then there's no more desk there. You swore you remembered the desk being there. And as you walk up these stairs, every so often it happens with a little item around the room that you swore you remembered there was something there. Maybe there was never something there. You make your way up the stairs to the second floor, and immediately when you get to the second floor, you indeed see that in the corner, towards the front-facing side of the building, there is a door, and underneath, you can see a faint red glow. I'll also say that as you get closer, this door is very damaged, very burnt. So it's like, it's not a full door. Like the top of it, for example, is crumbled out, is like broken out.
I'm gonna point and then look to Lucas. Is that what you saw in your vision?
It's definitely the same kind of, best way to describe it, the faint red glow is if you've ever seen a cooking plate that still has like the red LEDs in it, like the circles and stuff that get hot to cook on, like a stove. It's that kind of glow. And as you
like a burner.
go,
Okay.
yeah, and as you go up, maybe you have to take off your jacket. It's feeling a little hot. It's not burningly hot. It's just hotter than it is downstairs.
I take my little beanie off because it's too warm in here, and I like shove it into like my apron pocket.
It's a
Oh,
bit
warm
hot
in
in here,
here.
isn't it?
Yeah. I'm dressed for the
Feeling.
actual weather, and it's been kind of cold, so I'm like, ugh.
I don't do well with heat. Yeah. And you see he's been sweating a lot.
This is a weird one.
I will also say, in case you were worried about that, the room itself, because I said also the door is kind of broken down as well, it doesn't seem like there's an inferno happening inside, right? Doesn't seem like the room is on fire. You feel a little bit warmer, you see this glow, but you don't see any flames licking out of the room as you stand in the hallway.
We should
So
go
it's-
make ourselves acquainted then, no?
I suppose that's it's that time.
Friendly first. Fire last.
Lucas, why don't you go first?
Yeah. Happy to.
He doesn't know. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh no, I'm happy to. Absolutely. And I'll kind of with vigor in my step go toward the door and pop it open.
You walk in first. Are the others following, or are you leaving space so that Lucas goes first and you're like waiting to see when he opens the door and then go?
Correct.
I'm
Bill's
curious.
second one.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess the second one.
You, Lucas, you go first to this door. And you open it, but as you also, as well, as you open the door, because of how damaged it is, it just kind of falls and you hold it in your hand for a second as it opens. As you walk into this room, you expect to walk into a burned down, some kind of, I don't know, maybe broadcasting room, a cabinet full of like storage space, or maybe even a desk or an office room. Instead of walking into that room, the moment you cross the threshold, you walk into a home, maybe 1950s style home. It's not really a home though, is it? It's a TV set that's built to look like a home. Despite the three of you, the other colleagues, standing in the hallway, you are also in this home now. You didn't step, didn't cross a threshold, but you're in this home. And this TV set that you see, this 1950s style TV set, you see clearly a crew of people working on making a film, making a video, making a TV commercial. There is a smiling man in the kitchen area who is basically talking about what he's saying is you should always be careful. If you don't check twice, might be dangerous. Better prevent it before that happens. Saying stuff like, all it takes is a single spark. You don't want to be the cause of that spark now, do you? I'll ask, need everyone's answer on this. Because it can be very personal, what is a fear that all of you have about something that could go wrong if you forgot something? So it can be as simple as forgetting to send an important text message and something goes horribly wrong after that. It can be physical danger. What is something personally for you that would be a fear of forgetting something with terrible consequences?
I forget to check in on Mother and she has some kind of an accident at home.
You for a second see indeed a vision of you coming home after a long day of work, taking out your phone, checking, seeing missed calls, seeing text messages, and getting home and finding out that your mother had an accident on the staircase. You see a vision of that. What is it for the others?
For Lucas, it's fear is very new. So the thing that probably springs to mind is the earlier interaction he had with Miranda, where she said that they don't accept this type of behavior on a second day. So that's probably the thing that peaks in is that he's late again, and then whatever the consequences are. People that say that the fear of the unknown is the biggest fear or don't have a big imagination in his opinion. So he's just, his mind is rattled on since that interaction with
makes
any type
perfect
of
sense.
repercussion.
Makes perfect sense that he, in this moment, sees himself being late on his second day and then not knowing what would happen. Then just blank, nothing. You see a vision of that. Ben, Danny.
I would say Danny, because they're a parent, would be afraid of forgetting to coordinate with their wife to pick up their kid from school or daycare or something like that, and things getting mixed up as a result. Like, for a parent, that's disastrous, right? You forgot to organize picking up where your kid's at, or something happens, or the kid tries to walk home by themselves or something like that. Just like snowballing into all the fears of what if something like that happened.
Definitely. Not only the fear of the consequences possibly for your kid, but the consequences on your relationship as well as a parent. You get a vision of indeed forgetting to pick up your kid and then getting into an argument with your wife, which goes further and further into making your relationship difficult and has a spiraling effect after that. And what does Ben see?
Well, interns, they're asked to handle a lot of requests and keep a lot of details in their head. And Ben is most afraid of forgetting something crucial that is actually important to a mission that gets somebody killed or worse. Because while he is a slacker and trying to do the least amount of work possible, he does know the difference between things that are important and things that aren't.
it totally makes sense for Ben to see a vision of him forgetting to, for example, if he, I even imagine with Lucas, a new intern in the team, and you saying, I can teach you the stuff you need to know. I imagine him having a vision of not telling Lucas something that Ben knows, but he's like, oh, this is not important. And in turn getting Lucas killed for that, or worse. You all, as you are standing there, it's like a daydream a little bit. You see these visions of yourself through forgetting something terribly happening after that. You're all aware of this. That you have this vision, that you have this feeling, this fear, specifically. It passes. You see the vision, and then you don't. Then you're back in this TV set, basically. And this commercial is being recorded, where this guy says, "Don't forget, it's detrimental to forget." As he says that, you all also see something that didn't catch your attention before, which is looks to be a rectangular object lying on the kitchen counter where the commercial is being recorded, seemingly with little flames sparking up from it. Not like the entire thing is on fire, but little flames sparking up. Yeah, with a little zap every time. And all of a sudden, very abruptly, you are not in this home anymore. Lucas, you're standing in a burnt down broadcasting room. There's a space where someone could have been standing behind cameras. It's very vague because a lot of the mechanical equipment isn't there anymore. But what you do see is that on the kind of, for example, news anchor table that is still there, there is a small rectangular object with flames sparking from it every so often. The rest of you are in the hallway again.
Did everybody see that, or was it just me?
That was horrifying.
Yeah.
Hope he's okay.
Forgetting is bad.
Lucas will aim the fire extinguisher at the rectangle, and kind of fumble with it and engage the mechanism and fully.
Lucas, didn't you leave the faucet on when you went to the bathroom earlier? I swear you left the
Oh.
faucet on. Is the
I
room
might
flooding now
have.
because of that? Fuck.
Oh,
That's
no.
horrible.
Yeah, I should handle that first, I suppose, and I will leave.
Do we
If you
watch
leave or
Lucas
not, we'll
walk?
see that. Well, we'll see that. You start speed walking out of the room at least. Your 3 colleagues are in the hallway standing still, so you will need to have to walk past them.
Excuse me, I've left the faucet on. No, excuse me, I'm sorry, I've left the faucet on. I don't want the room to flood. Can you hold this for me and I'll hand the fire extinguisher off?
Lucas, Lucas, there's no faucet.
No, when I went to the restroom, I think I might have left the faucet on, and now the room is flooding, and it's going to cause incredible water damage, and I should really take care of that. I don't get paid, so I can't afford to have that taken out of my paycheck.
Okay. Luke, are you sure about that? Like, did you really leave the faucet on? Because, you know, you've only been alive for 72 hours or around. So I feel like that's
I
something you
haven't
would really
been-
have remembered before, you know?
Yes, I haven't been more sure of anything within the past 72 hours that I've left the faucet on. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this stuff here. Excuse me, I need to run back.
Lucas, do you even have a house to leave
I have
faucet
a
on
small living space that the agent has provided. It's about 4 foot by 4 foot, and it is a place where I sleep and sit, and yeah, I just need to go check the faucet.
But
Hey,
4 foot by 4 foot.
Just a second. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna pull out my phone and call the agency. Hey, I know you're monitoring Lucas's dwelling right now. Can you tell me if the faucet's running?
I love the idea though.
It's
I
got
love
company housing, right?
Um, I would like you to make this because essentially what you're trying to do is make Lucas reassured and make him stay. I would like you to roll to ask the agency. Basically, you're
Okay.
asking them for reassurance because you believe that if Lucas hears the reassurance from the agency, he will also be reassured.
Yes, that's the goal.
Yes.
Is that empathy?
Yeah, is it empathy?
So, yeah.
Okay, cool, because I have QA in that.
Nice.
And that's only if I have fails, I then spend the QA, right?
Or whenever you want, because if you want to get, you could make
Yes.
yourself have 3 successes for a better, because there's like extra
But
effects.
I only get that amount for this mission, right?
So, go ahead and roll. Yes, go ahead and roll and tell us the outcome.
I have 2 3s.
That's a success. You can spend 1 QA to make it so that there's no extra chaos created. That's all.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Perfect. So then you
decision.
have 3 successes. Beautiful 3 successes. You spend 1 QA. You pick up the phone. You call the agency. Customer service picks up. Customer service for employees picks up indeed. And you ask them if they have a vision on Lucas's house, if they know if the faucet is turned on or not. The lady at the phone is very friendly to you and basically kind of says to you that, they're checking. She takes a second and she says, no, it doesn't seem like any faucets are turned on in Lucas's housing right now. Is there anything
Hey.
else I could do for you today?
Nope, all good. Just reassuring the new guy here. Thanks.
Thank you. Keep doing your job. You're saving us.
Hey Lucas, the agency says there's no faucet on in your home.
Oh, are they sure?
There's no faucet on Lucas.
Lucas,
That's
Yeah.
sure. I have it on speaker.
you know, now that I think about it, if you're in the 4x4 unit housing for intern housing, I'm pretty sure that's just a supply closet, and there isn't a faucet in there. So I think that we might be good.
Yeah, all good.
That would stand to reason, yes.
Everything's okay.
No, that makes sense.
Coffee? And I pull one out of the bag.
Thank you.
You don't
Lucas,
know what
do
kind of coffee it is. It's a random one.
Do you think that you
Mystery
forgot
coffee.
something else, or just the faucet?
No, just the faucet. I think that I was just very concerned about the faucet and it flooding the area.
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if I can use my ability to send another me into the room. One that would be very attentive and could see detail or have some kind of, I don't know what skill is, like something that stops like mental things or helps with mental things other than attentiveness, but I
Oh.
would like to use your best self.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for it, and then describe to me, depending on success or failure, what it says.
So I guess my ability to use this depends on whether or not there is a container nearby large enough to fit somebody inside.
You can
Like a garbage can.
Oh,
or
sure.
closet.
There are garbage cans. I do imagine that you have to run to find one large enough to fit someone inside. You would have to run back down where you saw like near a window. You saw a bigger one. So Danny does
Everybody
have
has to be
to suddenly go down the stairs. But go ahead and roll for that.
Awesome. 1-3.
That's a success. Still.
Yeah. So it says on a success, an alternate version of you is inside the container. They have one particular skill that is useful to your current situation. It also doesn't say it's specific to a skill. And they disappear within the hour. So I think a skill would be tell me if this is reaching too far. Psychic shielding. Somebody that can look at something how it is.
No, I think that works.
Okay.
You pull out this copy of yourself.
It's me with
with-
pink hair and a different color outfit.
Yes. And with the ability or the intent for them to have a mental shield. What do you point upstairs and do you command them as a general would their soldiers?
Yep, I'll just say, okay, I need you to go in the room where the spooky glowy stuff is and tell me what's in there, because whatever's in there is gonna mess with your mind, but you can't be messed with, so it'll be fine. Coffee?
Thank you, Danny. Yeah. Do you want coffee?
Thank you, Danny. That would be great. You
Always
also have
happy to help.
Danny, doctor.
They take their cup of coffee and they walk up. The rest of you see another Danny with another color sweatshirt. Where did she get the other sweatshirt? Walk up the stairs and walk through the doorway.
Oh, that's trippy.
The Danny goes in.
What color hair too.
And normal Danny, do you walk back up to your colleagues?
Not yet.
Okay. The other Danny walks in, and after maybe half a minute, other colored Danny walks out, walks past the colleagues again, and walks down the stairs. She comes back to you, and she says, "Yeah, Danny, there's this VHS tape on a table that's glowing and stuff, and having little flames on it."
Did you touch it?
No, Danny, was I supposed to?
Let's go touch it.
Okay, yeah, sure, Danny.
And arm in arm with my double, I walk up the stairs.
Yeah,
Okay, I
both
need you to
Dannys
go
back
first.
up
I
the
need you
stairs.
to go first. You go first.
Oh,
You go
sure,
first.
Danny. Sure.
Thank you, Danny.
Um,
Much appreciated.
You're welcome, Danny. They walk up the stairs and you walk into the room. Do you walk inside the room with her?
I'm standing just outside of the threshold. I'm watching her
Yes.
do the thing.
You watch from outside of the threshold as other Danny walks into the room and walks to the VHS tape. She looks at you. She gives a little thumbs up, and she touches the VHS tape. She recoils because, as expected, it burns her hand. So she recoils from it, and she says, "It's hot, Danny. I wouldn't
Oh.
touch it."
Okay, maybe we need the fire extinguisher. I turn around and look at.
Lucas has it.
Yes.
Hey,
Apologies,
looky
yes,
Lou!
so do I it's just you click the you pull the pin and then click the thing, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all. That's about it.
Yep, you just
All right.
just like that.
And I will activate the fire extinguisher.
You will
Oh.
inside your room.
Learning a new skill today. This is a good first day
Hey.
for an intern.
Hey, Danny, can you step off to the side just a little bit?
Sure, Danny.
Over there, there.
Over here? Yeah.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
walks to the side a little bit. Lucas, are you walking back into? I'm assuming since you want to extinguish this, you will walk back into the room.
Oh, without a doubt, yes.
Yes. Okay. I will also say, yeah, no, I'll say this after. You walk inside the room and you walk inside a charred room. Nothing happens. You get closer and you open the fire extinguisher. You aim it at the VHS tape and you spray. As you do, you don't have to spray. It's a very small object. You don't have to spray hard or anything. The flames go out for a little bit, and then after a second, they pop back up.
Ah. Rats.
You as well. I will say for the experienced field agents, you know that just like if this is an attempt to ease the anomaly, you will
Yeah,
have
Wave
to
is-
do something to ease its focus or
Yeah.
yeah.
Wave is putting this together. So Wave is going to walk close to the threshold, but not inside. And I'm going to get out my phone and I'm going to call Mother.
Yeah. You call your mother, and she picks up. Wave theory, are you on your way? I'm making dinner already.
Oh, that's so kind, Mother. I'm not on my way yet, but I wanted to just double check and make sure that I didn't forget that I still need to come by the house in order to fix your printer later. And
Oh,
that's still top of my mind.
oh, that's so sweet. You know, it wouldn't be such a big issue if you forgot. I would be disappointed, but
No, I would never ever forget to drop in, and I'm trying to say this like stage a little bit louder so that the anomaly can hear me. I would never forget to check on you. You are always my top priority, and I will definitely make sure I remember to come home for dinner as well.
Mhm.
So I'll see you in
Appreciate
a
that,
few hours,
sweetie.
okay?
a few hours. You have to be here in half an hour, sweetie. Otherwise, I'm late.
Oh, I'm so sorry I forgot, Mother. I will be there right away. I will make sure that I keep my appointment.
All right, that's great, sweetie. I will see you in a bit.
All right.
Be careful
Bye,
on the
Mother.
road.
Oh, I will be. Take care.
Yeah. You hang up.
And I'm gonna like
You
to other
You-
people.
Oh.
you see indeed you're getting it. You see that the flames flicker a little bit on the VHS.
I'm just
tape.
like eyes and like
Okay. All right.
Mhm,
I'm gonna call my wife. I'm gonna call Desiree.
You call your wife. She picks up. She says, "Is something wrong? I'm still working right now."
Oh no, I know you're busy. I just wanted to make sure I remember to tell you I love you, and I didn't forget about date night, and just wanted to check in on you. And you're picking up kiddo from daycare today, right? Just wanted to double check.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's sweet of you to do. Yeah, I'll be picking them up when I'm done working. It's sweet of you to call like this. But I do need to continue on working.
Yeah, no,
I
totally
love
fine.
you. I'll
Love
see
you
you
too.
tonight.
Okay, bye.
You hang up your phone And you, again, also as happened with Wave, you see the flames flicker a little bit.
Ben, is there
Ugh.
something that you might want to check on?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call the agency too. I'm gonna call Lyra. She's back. She's back at the agency. Lyra, can you get the interns together and just gather them up? I just want to, get a message out there to them, make sure they all remember I've got their backs and stuff, and to not forget their duties. So just get Katie, Wesley, Monica, Jasper, Ryan, Paige, Omar, Lisa, Stanley, Jeff, Gary, Allison, Jess.
He keeps going for 15 minutes. We're at the end of that conversation now.
Okay. Yeah, guys, just want to remember, this is an important job. I tell you guys a lot of things, I always tell you, sweep it under the rug, like Marcus, like literally, like sweep when you're doing your maintenance,
Beep.
sweep it under the rug.
I like to imagine that Lyra has this voicemail that makes it sound like she picked up. But she didn't.
Did you just get
actually.
Sterling Archer?
Yeah, that's Richard.
So you spoke this entire conversation
Leave
into her
it.
voicemail.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. She left early. She's going to a Phi Beta Kappa event at her school, right? Shoot.
Well, it's a good thing that she didn't forget that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everybody's
Um,
remembering stuff. Yay!
I will
stay proud.
I will say you see the flames flicker a little bit. as well.
Oh, I won't forget it again. He looks at the flames.
Yeah, it's still a little bit on fire.
Can I borrow someone's phone? Would that be all right?
Sure.
Do you promise not to break it? I just
Promise.
got this. Okay,
Yeah,
here you go.
of course. And I will call the front desk, hoping to reach the receptionist.
You call the front desk of the agency, and you do get put on hold for a little bit. Basically, like, we will get an employee with you right away. Remember, the agency cares.
I'm on hold.
Second, you get the phone gets picked up, and it says, "Hi there, I am Samantha. How can I help you today?"
Hi, Samantha. My name's Lucas Estrada. I'm an intern, a junior intern, and I just wanted to verify just so I don't forget, I wanted to verify the call time for tomorrow, for showtime, for any meeting I might have or anything that I might need to attend to tomorrow in the morning.
Well, that is very sweet, Lucas Estrada. I am not I am not an assistant. I don't have your schedule, but I would suggest that you check your schedule when you are back at your place and you make sure you are in time for that.
Understood.
Is there
Yeah,
anything else I could help you with?
No, that's all. I'll remember to do that. I won't forget to do that.
Well, that is great for you. I love to hear that. That's the kind of commitment we look for in our interns. Now, this call is during working hours, so I'm assuming you're not working or not busy enough to be calling here. So I will make note of that, and I will tell that to your general manager. Thank you so much, Lucas Estrada, for calling.
Thank you, Samantha. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. She hangs up the phone. With that, you see, as you hand the phone back, you see that the flames on the VHS tape die down, and all of a sudden there aren't any flames on it anymore.
Danny, do you think you could ask other Danny to see about the briefcase?
Hey, Danny.
Hi,
holds up
Danny. What's
briefcase.
up?
Can you use this really quick?
Oh, sure, Danny.
Just
What do I
open
have to
it
do
up.
with it?
You just open it towards the VHS tape. Just
Okay, cool,
boop.
Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Oh, you're welcome, Danny. She takes the briefcase and she opens it up in the direction of the VHS tape. There is a pull of air from this briefcase as some papers, like some charred paper, starts flying towards the briefcase. When the papers start flying, they get absorbed in there as well, and there is a pop sound every time like a paper goes in. And you also see you see the desk that the VHS tape is on begin to move a little as well. But before this desk can start flying, this VHS tape is softer than that and weighs less. So it flies off the desk, and it flies, but it pop into the briefcase.
Close it, close it.
What do I do now, Danny? Oh,
Close it,
okay.
just-
And she closes it with a snap of the buckles on it. Secured. She holds it out to you. Here you go, Danny.
Thanks, Danny. You're the best.
Ah, no, you're the best. Yeah. You
Good job,
I
team.
have kept
I give
your
myself a high
anomaly.
five because I can do that.
She gives you a high five indeed.
I'm Barbie right now.
And she says, it's so horrible that I will stop existing in 1 hour, Danny.
I'll summon you again sometime.
Oh, but whenever you summon, it's not me, technically, that I'm coming. I'm never coming back, Danny.
Oh, that makes me sad, Danny.
It is sad, Danny. I know. I do like you, though. It was nice to meet you, Danny.
It was nice to meet you too. Thanks for helping out.
Oh, for sure. Do we have time to grab coffee?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's cool, Danny. You all, with the briefcase in hand, you all go down this building again. The smell of smoke is gone. The red glow at the edge of your vision is gone as well. You go out, back to your car, and you drive back to the agency. Briefcase in hand, you drive into the garage downstairs. You hand the keys back to the rental place. You sign another paper that says that you didn't damage anything in the car, and you also didn't disable the listening device in the car. You have to check a box for that. And you walk up, and basically, whenever you do this, you don't go hand the briefcase off to someone. It's basically you go into this hallway, this specific point, and you just put the briefcase in the general area. So you just at a certain point you're like, oh, this is good enough, I'll leave it here. You just leave the briefcase on the floor, and then you're supposed to just walk away. Don't look back, don't look at what happened. You just walk back up and go to the elevator again. As you do, it's a mission successful, and we will see who is our MVP and who is our slacker for this mission. So, I don't think everyone, please check your objectives that you got from the agency. If right now, looking back on it, we are looking at the honesty of you yourselves. But if you are not honest, your colleagues will keep you honest. Are there any situations where you would have gotten demerits? I am also thinking, Lucas gets a demerit because of the last conversation with the receptionist, where it was like, you're calling us during work hours, which means you're not working.
Damn.
So you do get a demerit for that. Your standing in the agency goes down a little bit. Are there any other people who got or would have gotten demerits?
I didn't ever call anyone by their name or say their name correctly, right?
No.
To their,
Ben,
like, character.
you did get a demerit for not doing a task that's asked of you, right?
Yes.
You're muted.
Oh,
You're
Bijan
muted.
muted.
Oh, you're talking so
Yep.
much, but you're muted.
Yes, one demerit that I was able to mark down is that one that I can think of.
Yes.
I thankfully did not. Every time I touch something living, I get a demerit, but I did not, thankfully. So touch many non-living things, but nothing living.
Oh, should we say what our
And-
prime directives are?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. That's
Mhm.
fun.
Mine is keep the mood fresh. Each time you say someone's name correctly, you receive a demerit. So that's why I never called anybody by their name during this session.
Yeah, mine is don't dirty innocent hands. So each time you touch something living, receive a demerit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also why the black gloves, just in case I forget and actually try to
Ah.
touch someone.
And
Nice.
Lucas and I, as interns, had the same one. Each time you deny a request, 1 demerit.
Mm.
They wouldn't
Um,
ask, it wasn't important.
So I believe I get one commendation. Maybe you all can tell me. It's when I clean up a mess. I was trying to make sure that Lucas's stuff wasn't seen by people, and also to try to convince the people that it was just a gas leak that was why your house is burned down. So that's what I was
Mhm.
trying to clean up. So
Nice.
For me, I had 2 commendations that I could
I
track.
will
One,
say,
oh, go ahead.
as a socialist, are you really fine with taking that commendation and knowing that actually part of it was also from Danny?
I believe this could be our commendation.
It's our commendation now, comrade.
That's what I'd like to hear. Bijan, go ahead.
So I get 1 commendation every time I confidently fail, and I believe in the beginning, in my little intro scene, I was very confident we'd get back in time, and we did not. And then I believe you get 1 commendation for helping out with rules at any point, and I was clarifying a rule at one point earlier, and I marked that down.
Agency approves. I allow you to have 2 commendations. Then I think we went through the demerits already.
Mhm.
So that means that
Sweet.
both Ben and Lucas, you share last place, and you are both on probation. Your standing in the agency goes down a little. It's very fitting that both interns get this.
Look,
Yeah, is that good?
Lucas,
Did
it's
we-
not that
did
bad.
We do good?
No, we didn't. But you know what? This
Oh.
isn't the last time this is going to happen. So let's just get used to it, you know?
I just saw my name on a list. I thought that meant I was good.
No, lists are bad generally. You don't want to be.
Lister.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I think I have 3 commendations because my sanctioned behaviors are make someone feel welcome, show off your specialized knowledge, and then the other one is get some blood flowing, but I didn't do that one. I did feel people welcome twice
Yeah.
to the victim and also to Lucas, and I showed off my specialized knowledge when I was talking about artists having to deal with NDAs all the time and how much of a bitch
You-
fest that is.
You got a lot of commendations, I will say.
Yeah.
Unless
I did not count the mutual
Ramos
commendation.
unless Ramos or Frank feel like they got more commendations, I feel like you would have.
I would say I
gotten
got a
those.
maximum of 2, so definitely
I don't
not
think I got any
3.
commendations. I think I was a bad intern.
No, you did tasks. You did tasks that were asked of you. I do feel like Danny got more commendations though. So with that, we will end off with a scene of you all back in your meeting room, filing out the paperwork for this mission, filling in the report together, and then your general manager giving the MVP socks of success to Danny. With a little like, you should be proud to wear these.
I will totally wear them.
You get
hope
the
they're
triangle
mismatched.
socks. And then both Lucas and Ben, I'll leave this up to the group as a last decision. What does the little red flag of this disrepute that they both have to wear, what does it look like? Like, it's basically it has to have a little red triangle, but what is it like?
Well, I mean, would they allow it to be like a bandana?
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
my god.
Just
Awesome. Awesome.
either, you know, kerchief
You,
around the neck or.
You put on the bandana with a little red triangle with a little bit too much pride, honestly.
Like I said, not the first time, not the last.
What does it look like for Lucas?
Oh, I think that they take my tie and I have to wear this red tie with like the outline of the triangle right there, and I don't get my blue tie anymore.
Yeah, I like that. They give you're not allowed to wear your own tie anymore, and you should wear this tie of disrepute until you have a better standing in the agency. To show your standing to the other interns.
Oh, that's rough.
And as you do, it's a job well done, field agents, and you're relieved of your duty for now. Thank you to everyone who gave us your time to be watching with us here, to be giving your precious time to the agency. I will go around the table and give everyone a little chance to pitch anything they want to pitch, because there are some new faces at the table on the channel. So, Bijan, I'll start with you. Tell us who you are.
Tell us who we are. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
And what do you have going on the internet?
What do I have going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting ready for the outro. Yes,
I know.
I am. I'm Uselbard on all of the things, although probably soon to not be on Twitter. Yeah, you can find me there. I make a lot of I do a lot of stuff here on Magi. You know, find me here for the most part. That's where you'll find me.
Well, yeah. Handing it off to Mandy.
Buddy, I'm Mandy, or the Mandy all over the internet. I also do lots of stuff here on this channel, and also my own. If you like homebrew D&D, high fantasy campaigns, and or Evil Femme Curse of Strahd, you should come check out my Twitch channel.
Hell yeah. Off to Frank.
I do a lot of GMing on this channel. I'm Frank, also known as Miri. You can find me at FFMiri. I post on Threads and Blue Sky. That's the place to find me most. And the Magi Discord, discord.gg/MagiRPG. And what have I going on is Armored Hearts, which is starting Tuesday on this channel. And you should watch it if you are into magical girls and or mechs. It's going to be a lot of good times. It's going to be a little less sad girl compared to last time. And
oh no, it's still going to be sad girl.
It's still going to be sad girl, just not as sad girl. And I think you all will enjoy it. So you should watch that.
And then Ramos.
Yes, hello. I am Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos Nomad on all the social medias and such. I am the CEO and founder of Rolling Nomads over here on Twitch. Home to a lot of actual plays like Book of Saints, Blood of the Covenant currently airing. Co-partnered with Huddy for the Huddyverse Shadowbane Chronicles stuff. And yeah, that's primarily where I do a lot of my stuff. Me personally, I'm a freelance writer and aspiring TTRPG dev. I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that will hopefully come out within the next year and a half, if my time frame is right, if I can stick to a time frame. But yeah, that's primarily you can find me over on the Rolling Nomads.
Yeah. Again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
What about Syrinx?
Yeah, what about Syrinx?
Yeah, what do
Hi,
you do? Who are
I'm
you?
Syrinx. I'm Syrinx, she, her. You can find me on the socials under that title. I'm sure you would have a blast looking at all my content. But with that, I'm very happy I got to run the Triangle Agency one-shot today. Thank you everyone at the table for joining this wacky thing. And thank you everyone for listening in, watching with us live or on VOD afterwards. And I wish you a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And we'll see you next time at the agency. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.